clouds ablaze, moments that steal the mundane's haze. No fear, no hold in this maze. Reach the peak of these wild days. It lives, Friday night lives. You die for Friday night lives. Hosted by Deadbeat Radio, Stuntman Marq and Ramboraph.
In a town where the stars don't shine, CK and Uncle Bill feeling fine, talking horror.
All right. Am I able to be heard now since StreamYard wants to fuck everything up tonight? Can you hear me at least? Uncle Bill is late. He'll be here in a bit. Yeah, I know, Dirt. It is what it is. As I was saying, I found Uncle Bill and I killed him. He was talking so much shit about Congo and all this bullshit about Madian, that dancing tit-top bitch. And I went and killed her. Then I found Uncle Bill and made him watch Dracula 3D since he loves that fucking movie so much. He loves the praying mantises. In fact, he's out there dancing the tit-top mating dance with a praying mantis. And he's not here to do the fucking show Friday night. And then Mark is on his Jenkem Run. And he got too busy huffing the Jenkem. He's sort of made the sequel documentary. That's why he has a post on his channel, because he keeps editing and re-editing his Jenkem sequel documentary, Return of the Jenkem, by Big Money Mark. Big Money Mark is actually his alternate channel. That's how he's funding all this shit. He's selling Jenkem on the side. So yeah, we've hijacked the show until Uncle Bill gets his shit together, buddy. What the fuck? He needs to get here now. Stop watching lawn laves. He's watching Dracula 3D too many times. See, this is what he gets for talking shit about Congo. You all have at it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing the Trump hands. Hey, I gotta do it, man. We both like McDonald's. We both like Bloodsport. We have a lot in common. So until Mark gets his shit together, hi to everyone in the chat. Uncle Bill is running late. He'll be here in a bit. He will be here in a minute. And Mark will be here in a minute as well. Yes, Megan is straight up garbage. I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. I think it's not hate, it's truth. With capital truth. Megan is straight up fucking garbage. Fuck the bitch. And she's an eat. Fuck that doll. And fuck 2.0. So yeah, just another fun.
I just had a great meeting with President-elect Trump. He asked me for a favor. I said, sure thing, Donald. He said, Joe, will you please leave me Danielle Harris's fart jar? It will be my honor to leave the fart jar to him upon our transition.
Well, I'm sure Joe Bidet pop locking all around. Jesus Christ. He couldn't find his ass if both his hands were attached to it. But just to say hello to the chat real quick, Dino, Jaskowski, hope you're doing well. As when Vendor Syndrome will be shipping the keep. Hope and pray first. It'll probably be a few months. And Mark, I can't hear you. Mark, yeah, get the shit together, man. That's what you did for wearing Day of the Dead. Show wore a Dawn of the Dead shirt. You fucked up. See, that's what you did for wearing Day of the Dead. She wore Dawn of the Dead. That was the wrong answer. Dawn of the Dead or Dusk? Yeah, you heard that? Yeah, you hear that shit. It's too busy sniffing Jenkem. You see? That's what he looks like when he has Jenkem. He did the bug eyes.
Can you hear me now? What the fuck, man?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Okay, that's better.
See, that's what you're wearing the Day of the Dead shirt. You fucked up.
I'm wearing this in
the Dead.
protest, actually.
Protest of what?
So I caught the live stream yesterday, a bit of it, watching it, and what the hell? I got a bone to pick with Uncle Bill.
Why?
Were you watching the live stream yesterday? That they did?
Most of it, but I had to go off to get work done. I was going to finish it today. What happened?
We'll get into it when he gets here.
I'm curious. Day of the Dead's a good movie. I think Dawn of the Dead's the best.
Well, I mean, that's fine, but it's just what he said yesterday.
What do you say? I'm now on what?
We'll get into it when he gets here. I just want to see what he has to say to what I'm going to say.
Yes, Uncle Bill had a big tan, had a tanning accident. So he's right here with his white headphones. So that's Uncle Bill, how's it going? How was it working with Wes?
It's the best. I mean, we've been doing the Dead Pit radio show for about, 20 years or so. And here's to another 20 more years.
Well, it's fitting. We're like Hollywood. It's like Hollywood, the Harry Potter thing where the Alan Rickman character is now black. We're doing the same thing. We're rebooting Dead Pit, but now we're being with the times of DEI. We gotta have more black. We gotta have more black here.
Representation.
Now we need an Asian, and we need someone in a wheelchair, not get killed like that kid did back in me.
So we got in the chat tonight.
Well, I was saying we got Dino. Hello there. He's asking when Vendor Syndrome will release, will ship out the teep. I'm like, wait a couple months, and not the end anytime soon.
Next year, yeah.
But hello there to Vanderhoff, Billy Boston, Gray Brewer, Brodu, Allen, Edward Duff, Dirt. Got the mayor in here, Justin Smith. We got Adrian James. We have Vanderhoff, Kevin Smith. Fuck you, Kevin Smith. Spirit Crusher, Jimmy. We got Gray Brewer. We got Drew Michael, MTH Bruh. We got Devin X, Phantasmat. Yes, Uncle Bill is playing with his damn mating doll. That's what's down here.
And his dick demon.
Yeah, he's have the dick demon meat mating. That's gonna make it even more deflated. Mating was trash. I agree, Jimmy. We're on the same side. Tell these guys that, it's just hate. It's told the truth. See, this is why they like Megan, so they had to leave.
Megan sucked ass. Fuck that movie.
See, now I can't say anything. Now I can't say anything. So there you go. Hey, Premier. Hey, Cardination. Would Woke came in be a Chinese woman? Wait till the next few years, they'll redo it again. Yeah, I made Tim Smith cry. He should cry every day for what he did at Clerks 3. Bro, dude, again, we got the Megan Sucks Club. Yeah, okay, we'll let you know, Wes.
Mm-hmm.
It'll probably be maybe 5-10 minutes and he'll be on. I'm sure he'll be on eventually.
Yeah.
Although if it's just us, this will be the lowest rated fucking Dead Pit stream.
Nobody's watching.
Because this ain't Dead Pit. What the fuck's going on here?
We've hijacked the channel.
What did Uncle Bill say? I'm now curious about it.
I want to wait till he comes in.
Okay.
I think it'll be worth the wait because I got something to say against him. We'll see.
But Day of the Dead is a good movie.
Oh yeah.
When did you first see Day of the Dead?
Holy shit, man! It's taking me back.
It'll take
my
you so
God.
bad.
So I'm pretty sure Dawn of the Dead was VHS when I was a kid. It had to be after I saw Dawn. I just can't remember when. When I was much younger, that's for sure. Might have been DVD. I don't think I had the VHS for that, but I did have the VHS for Dawn. But yeah, I remember watching Dawn, and at the time, like I didn't have any friends that were like into horror. I mean, it was only me, and I was probably the biggest movie fan amongst all the friends that I did have. So watching that one was like I had no context of what to expect or anything. It wasn't hyped up for me. And I was blown away by how good it was. I genuinely liked Dawn, but I just like Dave more.
Yeah. Wrong answer, but yeah. But I mean, I like Day of the Dead as well. I think that's a very good film. I liked it ever since I first saw it. It was on VHS. And
Mhm.
I don't know, for some reason, I think someone had told me it was like, oh, if you watch that, be careful. It has like a really downbeat ending. I have no idea why they told me that. If you watch it, it doesn't.
Yeah.
But Dawn is still my favorite. I saw it on
Mhm.
VHS, and because it's like a great comic book movie. It's got a big scope, and then the whole
Mhm.
mall aspect is very cool.
Mhm.
But going to the chat, MTH Broad Day is still his favorite. Jimmy, Dawn is still superior. That's going to be a video one day for these guys at Dead Pit.
You
Dawn
know,
versus Day.
I think that should be a video. I mean, if it wasn't like a Christmas themed show tonight, like we could do that. That actually would be really cool. But we'll see what happens. I need UB in here for that.
Drew, I mean, I don't like sound at Daily Night 5. Even that's better than Megan. Fucking Pino. Fucking Pino. Fuck that shit. I know
Do you
people like that.
You like any of the sequels for Silent
The
Night?
second one.
Okay,
I
that's
think
my favorite as well.
the second one's the best one.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah, all the good stuff in the first film. And then you have Garbage Day. And you have
Mhm.
Eric Freeman, who did one of the best, worst performances ever.
That's right.
So, yeah. I don't think I could put up a poll, bro, dude. It's up to people who actually own this channel. Rose dies. That's why I was downer. Yeah, he was a good bad guy. Rest in peace, that actor. He was great. I run this monkey from Frankenstein. I want to know who the fuck you doing, my guy.
Joe Pilato.
Exactly.
He's the man.
So,
Vanderhoff, are you just trolling? Or are you being serious? You don't like Dawn or Day? Are you trying to be that guy? You're just, oh, I don't like either one. They both suck. Don't tell me you like Night the most.
and he likes Day of the Dead Contagion.
Oh, God. I don't think anybody likes that movie.
Hey, there's always a person who likes it. Dawn had the coolest story and characters. Day had better zombies. I could see that. I agree with that. Okay, I'll be controversial.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck the original Night of the Living Dead. I don't like that movie at all. I like Dawn and Day a lot better. I like the remake of Night a lot better. I respect what Night did. I thought it was boring as shit. Barbara annoyed the piss out of me with her. I wanted to punch her in the face. I'm glad she got eaten because she deserved it for being a dumbass.
That is definitely a hot take.
I like the guy who plays Ben.
Right. Okay.
But I never liked the original Island Dead. I respect it, but I watched Dawn and Day first, so I'm more used to that type of movie.
Mm-hmm.
So I respect Night because without it, we would not have Dawn and Day. But Dawn and Day, I just can watch immensely more and more.
Mm-hmm.
Night, I can't get into. It's not, and I like older films. I like Dracula, Frankenstein.
I was just thinking, like, it's not the black and white thing. It's just the narrative itself or the pacing and stuff.
And most of the characters, other than Ben, like Barbara, did really annoy the hell out of me. And the remake I like better. I thought that fixed that. I thought Patricia Tallman was a lot better, in my opinion, for what I look for acting. I like Patricia Tallman and her the way they wrote her character. I like a lot better.
Okay.
Do you guys look forward to the next 28 weeks later? No.
The cast is interesting. I like Boyle and Garland coming back. That's a big draw for me. I like the first two movies enough. I just wish that this was sort of an end to it all instead of it being the start of a new trilogy. That's the only part that has me like somewhat bummed because, you know, Nia DaCosta's doing the second one. And I don't like anything she's directed so far. So it's like, well, you know, I mean, maybe if it was Boyle and Garland doing like, you know, the remainder of the movies or them just ending it, like I said, I'd be more into it. But we'll see what happens. Might surprise us.
Probably not.
I mean, how can you screw that up, though?
There's always a way to screw it up.
Is it really? I mean, they did it right the first time. I would think doing it again with different characters, somewhat of a different evolution of the story, where the virus is taking the country, depending on the setting, I guess.
The same director did Beetlejuice 2. Or
but that's a little different. I'm not well, that's a whole nother conversation comparing Boyle to Burton. I mean, that's not even the same thing. But I still see what you mean. I mean, it's hard to hope for movies that like have had sequels that were like, what shit, when was the first 28 days they did? That was almost feels like 20 years ago now. So I see what you mean.
Yeah, pretty close.
Yeah.
So looking through the chat here, we got I think Nyland did 90 had the best zombies of any movie. Says X-Ray Punch. Axel Foley, I've seen Night the most, so it may be my favorite. Yeah. Vanderhoff's favorite, Survival of the Dead. I could see that for his favorite. Horrible fucking movie. Justin Smith, I like the remake of Night better. I agree with you, man. Charles, that's how I view the old horror movies like Wolfman, Dracula, Frankenstein. I respect them, but can't watch them. I like them. I like them more than Night. Dirt. Hey, watch Night did 5 times. Love it. There's no excuse for the hate, brother. There's always excuse for the hate. It'll be continue more hate. I'm a hateful guy. So fuck the original Night Living Dead. I can respect it. I don't have to love it. Exactly, TJ. Kevin Smith, unfortunately, tied to memories of Night. He was hosting AMC Fear Fest. Kevin Smith don't know anything about horror. He made horrible movies, but he knows nothing about horror. Dead Alive is a great movie. Hopefully we'll get a new edition of that if the director gets his head out of his ass.
It'd be nice.
Have you seen Carnival of Souls or Last Man on Earth? I have not. I've heard of them. I have not.
Oh, God. I'm trying to think of when the last time I seen both of those. It's been forever. I don't think I own them. Yeah, I don't think I have them. But I know I've seen them.
So to 28 years later, they're making a new trilogy and not just one movie?
Yeah, originally the plan was to have them come back. I guess Garland had some sort of story that he had been waiting to do for the longest time, but it just never got off the ground. And I guess he wanted to have Boyle back. And so Boyle, Cillian Murphy, Ray Fiennes, it looks like it could be good just based like on paper. It looks like it could be good. Like it's got all these people in it that I like. So I'm like, okay, this might work, but you just never know. And somewhere along the way, they decided, not them specifically, but I'm sure the studio said, let's just make it a new trilogy. Why they did that, I don't know. Like just finish. You didn't even finish the last trilogy. You're going to start another one? Whatever.
Well, it's like, I mean, why did they do a reboot of Exorcist and pay that much money for it? That was never going to make that money back.
Exactly. I mean, but, you know, Blumhouse has just been in a slump. They're going to be called Slumhouse.
Blumhouse.
They just, I mean, all the shit that they put out, like just crap after crap after crap. It's not getting any better. I hope it ends at some point sooner than later. I pray they never get the Nightmare franchise rights. I know they tried, and they might still be trying for all I know. But Jesus Christ, it's been horrible. I think like in the beginning, like there were a few films here and there that were okay, but like as they kept going in the last, like I'll say 8 to 10 years, it's hasn't been anything really worthwhile or worth making even. Like just, I mean, look at Imaginary or Night Swim. You're just putting something out. That's what that says to me. You're grasping onto an idea and you're like, hey, this is easy to market. Let's just put it out. That's what they did. But I mean, they'll continue to fail and hopefully that puts them out of business. Or at least gives them an idea like, well, this shit isn't working. Let's try making good movies.
Yeah, I'm not holding my breath.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can't nowadays with movies that come out anyway.
Yeah, Uncle Bill must be taking the Jenkem on the Rainbow Bridge. I agree. He's doing something. He passed out watching Lawn Ladies for the 85th time.
Maybe.
Rewatched the Dead Snow movies. Recently forgot how fun they are. I like the second one. The first one I turned into, but Dead Snow 2 is fun in an Evil Dead 2 sort of way. And you don't even need to know the first one. Like you just watch Dead Snow 2 and enjoy it. That is a fun movie. I agree with you, Spooked House Podcast.
It's funny that even got mentioned because those are like two movies I never even think about. And I think I have at least the first one on the shelf back there, but like I never really watched that one. But maybe there's a reason for that. I don't remember the first one being that great. I've seen the second one only once. But yeah. I don't know. Just those kind of zombie movies that just came out and just came and went, you know?
Fuck it. But I think Dead Snow 2 is worth revisiting again. I think it's a lot of fun.
Okay.
Blumhouse should be called Crack House. Well, yeah, but at least crack whores are interesting. Blumhouse just more bland than anything. Yeah, for some reason, they're interested in shooting stuff with the iPhones. I guess to try to get the look of the first 28 Days Later, I guess, is the reason they're doing it. I don't think it needs that, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if they're going for that same sort of like gritty, realistic feel, maybe that's what they're trying to recapture again. I mean, I thought the second film was fine and they shot it regular 35. I'll take that, but hey, we'll see how it looks.
Dude, Bronson, hope you're doing well tonight. People talking about Terminator sequels like Darth Fate. Don't start on that.
No.
Are they still doing a Blair Witch movie, Blumhouse? I don't know. I mean,
I don't know. I haven't seen anything about it.
If they do grow a brain, they should decide not to do that.
Yeah, just leave it alone. I mean, just stop fucking making sequels and prequels and just stop.
Well, no, but they can't because the top 10 highest grossing films of the year were all sequels. So that's why they do that.
Do you have like the list of the top 10? That'd be interesting to hear.
I could find it, but yeah,
Okay.
all I have to do is like the top 10 highest grossing films a year.
Okay.
Well, hell, I could just go with worldwide. 1, Inside Out 2. 2, Deadpool and Wolverine, which was a sequel. Deadpool 3.
Mm-hmm.
3, Despicable Me 4. 4, Dune 2. 5, Godzilla X-Con 2, The New Empire. 6, Kung Fu Panda 4. 7, Venom 3. 8, Moana 2. 9, Beetlejuice 2. 10, Bad Boys, Ride or Suck Ass. And then the others are like Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, Twisters, Alien Romulus.
Wow. Okay.
That's why they keep doing it.
All right, then.
That answers the question why they keep doing it.
I guess they know more than I do. We'll just keep pumping them out. I'm surprised that like half of those are even in the top 10. That's crazy. You think like Fatigue would have said in a long time ago on some of those, especially Alien. Like, how's that even in the top anything? People haven't had their fill on Alien stuff. Like, what the hell?
It's the best sequel in decades, Mark.
You're right. It is.
They're buying the VHS for $70 or whatever. What's that all about? Let's buy VHS on a new shitty movie.
Yeah. It's crazy. Like, I saw somebody mention The Substance in the chat. Like, that didn't even make it.
Well, I mean, that was the top 10 worldwide. I mean, if it's the US, it's pretty much the same list. I mean, I like The Substance. It's my favorite horror film of the year. That's what Uncle Bill got on here. I thought, well, maybe we could talk about that because I've now seen it. It was really good.
It was, yeah.
Uncle Bill won't come on. He disappeared.
What the hell? Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can message him.
Yeah, say get away from Megan for an hour and you come in here.
Exactly.
How is Venom on the list? I don't know. I didn't see the shit. Yeah, the new. Yeah, go ahead.
How much did that make? I thought that would have flopped.
Well, I mean, what constitutes a flop nowadays? I could look it up.
Just not making the budget money back. It's enough so they stop fucking making those movies.
It made $468 million worldwide.
What was the budget? I'm sure it was probably in the hundreds, more than likely.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, it just fuck. And you know, I like Venom, the character, but like those movies suck.
120 million.
I figured it was in the hundreds. Yeah. Fuck. I hate the way they treat the character. It's ridiculous. Everything's a fucking joke. I can't even watch the trailer to those movies. That's how bad they are.
That's okay. I saw the first two. You're not missing much.
Oh, I at least watched the first one because I was thinking like, well, maybe it won't be as bad as I think it will be, and it was. So that was all on me.
Oh, hey there, Crystal. Hope you're doing well. None of the Venom movies have been good. Yeah, I've seen the first two. They weren't that good. Did the Alien Romulus features really sell out? For fuck's sake. Why? Someone in this chat, please tell me why. What am I missing? Yeah, Substance was really good. I thought Demi Moore gave a award-worthy performance. It was a great take on substance abuse. It may be long, but you don't feel it, but that's what she said. Did I like the Star Crystal? I ranted about it when we did our worst films for the 80s list. If you love aliens becoming Jehovah's Witnesses, you go watch it. Dre Brewer, it's funny you mentioned that. He asked, what do you guys think of the upcoming Popeye horror film and all that stuff, turn classic cartoon characters into horror movies? I do remember I asked that in the chat yesterday when they did their stream. And I agree with them. It's funny he says that. I haven't uploaded, but I reviewed the mean one, the one that's the Grinch.
Yeah, with David Howard Thornton playing the Grinch, right?
Yeah, it was absolute fucking dog shit. That guy doesn't even have much to do in that movie, which is a waste of him. There's like one moment he cracks his neck, one moment he does this. That's it. It could have been played by anybody else.
Yeah,
that was
They spent all their money on him, I'm sure.
I hate those fucking. I think I'm gonna tell it. I'm sick of this because I'm sick of this trend shit. Okay, Winnie the Pooh, Bag of Money, the mean one. They got the Mickey Mouse one I saw. They're doing another Mickey Mouse one. They're doing a Bambi one. They're doing a Peter Pan one. They did Winnie the Bag of Money too. I'm tired of the shit. I like Popeye. I wanted an actual Popeye movie, and now we're getting this bullshit. It pisses me off. I fucking hate it.
Yeah, I mean, they got to make something out of it in their minds. They're like, here's a IP. Like we
Then
got
make
it
him
now. So
then make him a
let's do it.
hero killing monsters like Nick Cage and Willy's Wonderland. Just like fun over the top. He's killing monsters, ripping their heads off. At least that would be something. This is like the laziest of the laziest, bare bones. Oh, here's his character. He kills people. The end. With shit acting. People can't direct. They can barely direct traffic. I'm tired of this shit. Horrible trend.
I mean, it's the type of thing where it gives horror a bad name, you know, like for any like cool or fun, thought-provoking movie like Substance, it's like, well, here's Mickey Mouse as a killer or Winnie the Pooh.
Well, Steamboat Willie.
Right, exactly. But still, I mean,
Well, now Bambi and Peter Pan are coming next year.
Man, fucking waste of time. So it reaffirms like all those people like I don't understand horror. I don't like horror movies, and then this shit comes out. So it's like, well, there you go.
Well, yeah, if you watch those, then you would hate horror movies.
That's what I mean, though. Like,
how many?
They're just scrolling through streaming, and then they see something. And they're like, I don't know what to watch. I don't know anything about horror. This is my first horror movie. They watch that, and they're like, well, fuck the whole genre.
How many of those types have you seen?
Let's see. I did see Blood and Honey. Is that the first one?
Yeah.
Okay, so I saw that. What's the other ones?
Winnie the Pooh 2. There's the mean one. There's what I forget what the mean one was called.
Saw the mean one. Didn't care for it. Steamboat Willie 1. Didn't see that. Yeah. I mean, they all suck. So I mean, it's one in the same. You've seen one. You've seen them all. None of them are good.
So I guess to answer your question, we hate it. It's just a tired, lazy cash grab trend where you do the bottom of the barrel laziest stuff with no creativity, no cleverness, no wit, and actors that would be as shitty. If I acted in a movie, I'd be as shitty as them. So that means I did get hired. We could both get hired in these movies, Mark, because we could act just as shitty as they did. So there's hope for us to get in, like, I don't know, the next goofy goof troop movie. I'll be Goofy, you'll be Max or something. We'll go kill people with skateboards and shit.
Yeah.
I agree, Davey. I love the Fleischer Popeye cartoons. I grew up with them. Love that stuff. Again, for some reason, they gotta do this lazy stuff. X-Ray Punch, I mean, that idea of a Popeye live action, I mean, that'd be better than what they're doing. So, of course, they do the wrong stuff. Yeah, Bill Cosby will kill people with his pudding pop sticking up people's asses, and they'll melt in them from the inside out. I refuse to watch any of those stupid movies. I agree.
Don't blame you.
Let's see. Well, I mean, public domain, I mean, that's just how it is. Preminator. I mean, you can't really say anything about it. Yeah, Portuguese Pig will be next. Fuck you, folks. Yeah, if you want horror Tom and Jerry, just watch Itchy and Scratchy. Exactly, just watch that instead. Yeah, Slasher Fat Albert. It will be Bill Cosby. That's Fat Albert.
I just saw that comment. Uh-oh. He's lost his mic, guys. He'll be back. Motionless Zombie. I'm not sure. I really don't know. I messaged Uncle Bill. I got no response, so I don't know. Let me see. I'll see if he sent me anything back. Hold on. No, still nothing. Oh, there he goes. He's here.
Hi.
What's going on?
How you on?
So,
please don't tell me you. Please don't tell me you've been in here like, hold on, I'm gonna see if I've heard from him for like the last 30 minutes.
I just checked because Motionless Zombie brought it up.
Oh yeah, I'm here, bitch. How's everybody doing?
Well, I'm glad you're here. He just had some issue with his mic. It went out earlier when I first came on the stream, and then my headphones weren't working right, so I had to. It's been one of those nights, everybody.
Yeah, man, we're back though. We're badder than ever. Did we ever decide on what the hell we're doing?
Not exactly. Me and him were just talking about. Well, actually, fuck all that. I got to bring up something.
Uh-oh.
I caught what you said the other night about Day of the Dead. What do you mean, buddy? Explain yourself.
Listen, let me say, I'm not backtracking here, but I like Day of the Dead. I really do. Now, when I first saw it, I hated it. And like, but that's because I think mostly because my dad hated it because we had seen it together. But the idea that nowadays there are people that are out there like, well, Day of the Dead's the best movie out of that trilogy. Buddy, fuck a bunch of that shit. Look, either one of them other Night of the Living Dead or Dawn of the Dead are better than Day of the Dead. I don't want to hear no bullshit now that movie, like, because it's got special effects in it that are like slightly better than the other ones.
Slightly better?
Slightly better, just slightly. So everybody's going to jerk off to Day of the Dead now? I don't fucking think so. It's like, yeah, it had the best gore. That does not make the best movie.
Well, I will agree at least part of that. But, I mean, so you said last night you take Joe Pilato out and there's not much left.
That's what I said. And I stand by what I say, Mark. You like that, motherfucker? Say something.
Oh, boy. Okay, wait. So you mean to tell me there's nothing else to Day of the Dead? How is that even a thing?
No, we were talking. Okay. Listen, now you're taking words like this is like Fox News. You're taking things out of context. Because I want to tell you right now, I was talking about the cast. Like, if you take Joe Pilato out of that cast, I don't think that movie works. That's what I meant. I'm not sure that's exactly what I said, but like if it was just like the rest of that cast, I don't think that movie would be worth a shit at all.
I got you.
I mean, do you think about the rest of the cast for a minute? Like, if you had, I don't particularly think Lori Cardell is that great. She's fine. I don't really think any of the other two protagonists are good. The Jamaican with the horrible fucking Jamaican accent. Oh wait, Rambo's here.
Okay.
I don't throw his microphone in the fucking garbage. I cough a bit and it gets unplugged, so I'm sorry. So Mark was pissed at you for some reason.
Yeah, Mark is talking about what I said about Day of the Dead, and I stand by what I said. Like the cast of Day of the Dead, the cast, right, of Day of the Dead, is really not that good aside from Joe Pilato. Like the main cast. Like if you took out him as Rose, then I just don't see it. Like I don't see that movie going over, right? But that being said, it does have the best overall zombie of any of the three movies with Bub. I think that like we can all agree on that. There ain't no fucking way that can be really disputed. Right. So I'll give it that. I'm just saying that like of the three movies, it's my least favorite. I have to say, like, because I can't. What am I going to say? Like, Night of the Living Dead is kind of like a seminal.
Who's the best character in Dawn then, to you?
That's a great question.
Because see, that's the way I always look at it.
Of
Is
any
like,
character?
yeah. Well, I guess of the main four, because you really only have those
Oh, well,
four.
then I could make a case for Peter or Roger, but it's one of those two. And it'd probably be Roger if I was being like, I think that's the best, the most well acted of the main cast. And well, I think Ken Foree does great too. I don't know. It's one of those two. But I enjoy the Roger character more because like he actually has an arc. He starts off and you think, okay, like this guy's really cool under pressure. You know, he goes through the whole siege scene at the beginning of it. Then as the movie progresses along, he like kind of gets drunk with the idea that he's invincible and like he can do anything. And then halfway through the movie, he fucking gets bit. And then he's like a mess for the rest of the movie, comes back to life, gets shot. It's like a whole thing. So there's no arc for any of the characters in Day of the Dead, man. It's just everybody's at 11 the entire time. They're just screaming and cussing at each other, which is just true. I mean, that's just how that movie is.
So one of the best things about Day definitely is Captain Rhodes. I'll give you that for sure. But to me, I like David Engel in the movie. I like Galen Ross, but their characters, I mean, she's kind of an airhead idiot in a way.
I don't think Galen Ross is a good
useless.
actress. I go ahead and say that right now. I don't think she's good in that. I don't think she's ever been good in anything. I just don't think she's a good actress, period. Yeah.
And then, you know,
I don't mind her.
Damn, Rambo. I didn't expect you to take up for her. That's killing.
I don't mind her. I didn't have a problem. I have more problem with Barbara in the original.
Yeah, I mean, that character is pretty useless. Like, I like her in the beginning because she's just kind of like a straight man to Johnny, but like after a while, yeah, she's just part of the furniture in that movie, really.
But yeah, I mean, Flyboy is just, I mean, he's kind of a pussy in a plaid shirt in a way. I mean, I'm just saying, like,
but listen,
I mean, he's in the boiler room. I'll shoot everything but the zombie kind of thing. It's like,
so one of the cool,
with the Jamaican accent, baby.
not that guy. That guy fucking sucks. Terry Alexander. He's like, it reminds me of that scene from Half Baked. What part of Jamaica are you from? By the beach.
The beach.
A lot of mercy.
But like, okay, if you take the mall out of Dawn of the Dead, is the movie still as effective? Everybody loves the mall. I mean, I like Ken Foree. He's obviously badass.
I thought the beginning scene was probably my favorite scene of the whole movie.
Oh yeah. The opening is definitely
so that really, anything to do with the mall, though, really.
Yeah.
If you take the mall out, where are they? On a boat? Like,
well,
I'm just talking about setting.
Yeah.
I just mean
well,
setting.
I mean, what? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you could say that about Day too, though. Like the setting of Day is a cave, but it wasn't supposed to be a cave. It was supposed to be like all over the place. But so if you took that out and you put them up, you know, in Florida, like or something like that, doing that shit, would it be the same movie? Would it be as good? I don't fucking know. Like, I mean,
only because one of the biggest things about what people love about Dawn is the mall setting. Everybody loves the mall. I think even everybody in the chat would say the same thing. Everybody loves the mall, which is fine because I like malls too. But I was only saying that in response to what I thought you said the other day, was that if you take Joe Pilato out, it doesn't really work. But you clarified.
It doesn't, though. It in terms of the cast, it doesn't. I mean,
he still likes the movie. He still likes the movie.
Yeah, I mean,
no, I know.
I like Day of the Dead probably more than 90% of other horror movies. Okay, so let's get that like clear.
I got you.
But of those, like it's the least of it to me. That being said, I try to picture watching that movie without Pilato in it. And to me, it would be incredibly boring without him there. 'Cause he's the heel, number one. Like he's the main antagonist. And he's the only really lively character in that whole cast, with the exception of Bub, maybe. The rest of them are just kind of fucking moping around, bitching about science and fucking like none of that's any fun. So he comes in. And
you don't like his other army buddies or whatever throwing out racial slurs every 20 minutes.
They're basically just minor versions of him. Really?
Yeah. Basically,
it's just they're just taking his same approach. but to a lesser degree. So I don't think that movie works without Blotto. That I don't know how you want to take that, but I don't think it does.
That's why he wore the Day of the Dead shirt
In protest.
See, I saw it in protest.
He likes Day, Mark. Give him a break. He likes Day.
Hey, it's I still think
I
Dave's
wasn't
the best,
expecting to get on here and within like the first 2 minutes get fucking just hammered with that.
Oh, it was more than that. We were making fun of Major before you came on.
Oh yeah, I saw someone in the chat saying that. I expected that too. Fucking
Yeah, super chat from Bobby.
Congo loving hippies. Bobby says, "I'm glad Matt likes the short story that I made on Messenger."
No problem, man. Hope you're doing well, Bobby. Hope everyone's doing well. And this
so
bit of a clusterfuck every night.
Yeah, we really fucked this all up. But it's really, I mean, oddly
microphone
enough,
isn't bad.
it seems to be going good now.
Yeah.
I mean, Mark's got to bitch at me for a while, and Rambo will get to bitch at me later when we start talking about fucking Congo and all kinds of other stuff.
Nah.
Which one is that? The one Carter's talking about?
That's Survival of the Dead.
Survival.
Yeah.
Okay.
They eat horses.
I've
stuff.
put those movies so far out of my mind, they all blur together now.
This is the eternal question to me. And this is a question that was posed, I think, in some roundtable that they had, CK was on. Fulci Zombie or Dawn of the Dead? I think that is a really tough question because they're entirely different styles of movies. Like, I'm going to pick Dawn above anything else, but like, again, the gore and stuff in Zombie is completely different and kind of like groundbreaking for that type of movie, I think, at that time. So I would have a tough time with that question, really.
For me, it's easy. Dawn.
Yeah.
I like Zombie. Like, the gore is good, but the character and the story kind of suck.
There is no. I think somebody on that roundtable was arguing about the characters in Zombie, and I was thinking, like, what fucking characters? Like, what characters do you remember in that movie? The ones that swim around with the shark and shit? Like, I mean,
that's the one everybody brings up.
Did any swim with the shark? I know the zombie swim with the shark. Did any of the characters do?
Yeah, they were like scuba diving or whatever around. Like,
oh, I didn't remember that.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, Radhammer says, "What do you think of the drone flap in New Jersey?" I'll be honest with you, Radhammer. I don't know what the fuck a drone flap is. I'm being serious. Wait a minute. What were we going to talk about? We were going to talk about something. There was something.
I don't remember.
Well, I mean, I
had it.
I've said like maybe like the substance.
That's what it was.
Or the success.
Yeah. Okay. Real quick though, Mark, I didn't know this, that you've got a Christmas Eve party with Carrot Top and the Pet Shop Boys, so that's killer. I'm glad that you're pulling that off, man.
Yeah, we're gonna try to use all the money to get Diddy out of jail. He's gonna be at the party as well.
You need more money than that.
Yeah.
Hate to warn you, Mar, that's a losing battle.
We can still try though.
What the
fuck substance though?
Yeah.
The substance, I think I've told you guys this too. It's kind of a toss up to me between two movies about what'll be my favorite like horror film of like this year, unless something amazing comes out in the next 2 weeks. But like, it's either going to be The Substance or it's going to be Long Legs, Rambo. You know you love them long legs now. Nicolas Cage going to win an Oscar.
Only if they're around my head.
But I could talk about Substance forever.
Yeah, The Substance. Actually, before you got a super chat, Cthulhu Slayer.
Cthulhu Slayer says he met Bill Moseley and he signed his Devil's Rejects poster. I asked him if he had any Silent Night, Deadly Night 3 pictures. That's a great question. He should for an autograph. And he looked at me confused as if I was crazy. So For those of you that don't know, look up Bill Moseley and Silent Night, Deadly Night 3, and it's one of the funniest outfits, like whatever you want to call that, in any horror film. It's an awful film, but
Even he was like, "Why the hell would you want that?" That's why he looked crazy.
yeah.
But The Substance, I mean, yeah, I saw that recently. That was, I thought, the best horror film of the year for me. I think Demi Moore definitely deserves some kind of award recognition. The scene alone where she's trying to get the makeup on, it won't quite work for her, and she just can't she just can't handle it.
She fucked up her face on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From what she said, they did the take like 20 or 30 times, and her face was like raw, like after wiping it off.
So I was asking, what was your big takeaway of the meaning? Was it more like a take on substance abuse, or just learning to love yourself, or obviously how women completely mess their faces up cosmetically as well? But
I thought it was a bunch of different things, but mainly I thought it was kind of an indictment on ageism, really. Like just people like that, these people that end up looking like lizards and shit because they will not just let themselves age. Like they have to try to look like they're 20 or 30 in their 40s and 50s. And it's like, dude, it's over. Like,
yeah, there's no turning the clock back.
Yeah, once you get to a certain, there's not enough shit in the world to do anything that looks natural. Like you're just going to look like a shiny fucking lizard. That's what it always ends up being.
Yeah.
And so that's the kind of thing I got. That was like, here's this person that's like willing to risk anything just to stay young. And like her appearance is everything to her. And in the process of doing that, she destroys herself, basically. Like everything about her.
I had a question real quick. When let's say Demi becomes the younger self, or like transfer, I guess is the best way to put it.
Yeah.
Does she remember that? Like, it seems like she doesn't remember it. So what does she get out of it? I guess just knowing that the other one exists.
What does
I wasn't sure she remembered it, or she knows it at the time, but then she forgets when it's transferred back. Or
it's a fair question. It's a good question. Like, I don't think I get the impression from watching that she didn't remember like whatever happened. But then you kind of wonder about that, because like there had to be some motive for her to like want to turn into that younger version of herself all the time. Like, you know what I mean? Like she had to experience some sort of something from that, but I'm not entirely sure what that would be if she doesn't remember anything about it.
Yeah. Like Dirk just mentioned, I took it as like they were separate entities, but still one. Like the guy on the phone kept saying, like, you're still the same. You're all one. Like, remember that.
So then that would mean they would share some sort of memories, I guess. Like
maybe, or some sort of an emotional connection in a roundabout way. Like she would get the satisfaction of it, but then she wakes up and sees like how she's fucking everything up. And
yeah,
like Demi Moore gets really mad and she says like, oh, she's a selfish bitch. But I mean, it's also got a lot of other meanings, you know, besides the actual narrative that's going on. I mean, I took it as also, you were talking about ageism, but I think acceptance is another thing. Like she couldn't accept the fact that she was fading away, so she has to do something about it, at least in her mind. Then she gets to the point where she finds the substance, and you would think that she wouldn't want to do it anymore, but because she could have ended it. Remember, she had the opportunity to end it, but she didn't. So she was obviously getting something out of it. So, I mean, and clearly they're not exactly the same person.
You're right, though. So in a way, like it's kind of also a story about like Rambo was talking about addiction, right? So she got addicted to that feeling of being young again, and like that feeling of being like powerful in that way and having people want her and things like that, to the point where she had opportunity. She knew it was killing her, her other self, but then eventually she was just like, I can't stop. You know, she just was like, I'm just going to keep doing it and doing it and doing it. And like the first time, you know, she shows up and her finger starts to kind of decay, and then there's the big piece of it is when she turns into like the witch looking Demi Moore, that one person. So at that point, you think you'd be like, all right, like I fucking need to quit like immediately or I'm going to be dead. But she's too far into it at that point. Like she's got to just kind of see it through, which it was what ends the movie, which I still think like, I don't know how else you end that movie, man, other than the way that they ended it. Like that to me is a perfect ending.
But see, that's why I was a bit confused. Again, if she, like people in the chair saying, no, she doesn't remember. So that's why I was trying to gather, well, what does she get out of it? If she doesn't remember the good times, she doesn't remember those fond memories, then what is Demi Moore actually getting out of it by continuing it?
I think she at some level knows she's young when she does that. I just don't know at what level. Like if she knows it somehow through her own memory, if she knows it because when she wakes up, she knows the other one's laying over there and that's who she is. If she knows because of the TV show, you know what I mean? Like there's multiple different ways that she can know.
Because she also gets to continue the same sort of lifestyle. Like in the beginning, she loses her job essentially. But she knows she can still have that same lifestyle if she was still young. So she can sort of kill two birds with one stone. She can be young again and still keep her lifestyle. So there's that too.
Right here, too, Acres of Movie says the substance director dated Matthew Perry, and he says it is about ketamine addiction in some way too.
Well, there you go.
So hell, getting deep here. Bobby's got a super chat though.
Bobby, he doesn't know half those people you're mentioning, Bobby, but go ahead.
What if Tigger Plushie's head got blown up? That sends Sloan as killer as hell. What if Tigger Plushie's head got blown up? And Uncle Bill did see that CK Matt and Goji Fan 93 just blown up Tigger and Officer Fabio. I do know Fabio. I know Mike OCP and Astronaut Mike, the choice voice, took Sean Clark to jail.
Sean Clark is going to jail.
He might go to jail. We don't know.
That reminds me of the stuff we were talking about, Mark, about someone asked about that Popeye movie. It's a question I asked them yesterday about that trend. Because now they're doing Bambi and Peter Pan next year, too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. I wish I could put that up there, but I can't.
I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it. And another thing about the substance, even though it was long, I didn't feel it. Like it's a 2.5 hour movie that worked because it was edited like, remind me of Requiem for a Dream at times with its editing. It just had that type of pace to it, which I think worked well.
I also really like the weird idea behind that there's like this cabal of people that are running this substance factory that, you know, it's kind of like a secret society that you have to know somebody that knows somebody to get into it. And then they send you the shit. And it's that part of it too is so weirdly kind of like, I don't like metaphysical or something where they're like, they give you the directions and you have to follow the directions exactly. It's kind of like the Matrix or something. You have to follow the directions exactly or something bad will happen. And then like they've got the phone line where you have to call in and they she's calling them and stuff. And they're like, you know, you need to like understand that there's only one, there's not two of you. And they just keep repeating that.
Yeah. I mean, it is kind of taken to the extreme for the sake of it to make it a horror story. But I mean, there probably are a million underground black market drugs for beauty and all sorts of other shit that we don't even know about that people are probably addicted to, you know?
Yeah.
So it's a very cool idea. And it, like you were talking about the movie, like the ending, you can interpret it a bunch of different ways. And it actually feels like it has a good payoff too. So I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Just this comment. That'd be fucking killer if that movie existed. I wish it did.
Yeah, it was a good tragedy. It reminded me of the Fly remake in that aspect as well. Like a good tragic performance by Demi Moore.
Yeah. Acres. Yeah. I mean, there's been a lot of movies that had a variation of that, like the Fountain of Youth kind of ideal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I like this a lot more than Death Becomes Her.
Well, that's such a weird movie anyway.
Yeah, like you can either go with the comedy in it or you don't. And
Yep.
like for a lot of people, I don't think it works that well. But I grew up with that one. I like it a lot. It's not the substance, but yeah.
Mark, what do you all think? You all both have this, I think. Or do you have this, Mark? I know Matt does.
Yeah. Wait, re-release? I must have. What does he mean by re-release?
Maybe just it was on Blu-ray and the Blu-ray's re-released, but by second sight. Maybe that's what he means.
I'm thinking that's what he means. I'm hoping that's what he means. If he means like the disc or whatever, like I don't know what to say about that, but like the replacement disc, but the actual like set itself, I think it's a must-have. Yeah.
Yeah, especially if you're a fan. I mean, it's the edition to get. If you like part 2 as well, I mean, there's always is it the imprint one? Or is it Umbrella?
Yeah, 1 and 2 is on the imprint. Yep.
Yeah.
Man, that's such a weird thing though, because like I really didn't think that movie had as many kind of like haters as it, but then we put out that like that kind of like review / history of was one of the ones that did the poorest of any of the ones like that we've done, and I was like really confused by that, man, because I just don't think that there's a lot of people that really get into Blair Witch. I think that's one of those movies that's like a product of its time. Like I don't think there's a ton of people that nowadays that give a shit.
I was gonna say that like it seems to me that it's more of a product of its time, and nowadays like the next generation or the ones after us anyway, like they don't connect to it the same way. Not necessarily just because they didn't grow up with it, but it just, it's not the typical horror movie that would get released today.
No.
Like it would be considered slow or boring or, oh, there's no plot. There's too many plot holes, as everybody likes to say nowadays.
Yeah. I don't know. It's weird. It's kind of lost in time somewhere. If like there's a generation of people that just don't really seem to appreciate it, I don't think.
Yeah, but they love Skinamarink.
No.
That's the new Blair Witch then, I guess.
I hope nobody really loves Skinamarink. I know there are some people that really do love that movie. I can't imagine it though. You have to be high. Like you'd have to be, right? To sit there and watch that, like and enjoy it. Jankum it up. Yeah. Cocaine and jankum.
I love the original Blair Witch. I just actually the other week I downloaded the 3-hour cut of the film. Because someone put all the deleted scenes, he put them together. So
I heard you talking about that. I thought that was a cool idea.
Yeah, I love it. Or whatever, Dirk. You don't count. You don't like Dawn of the Dead. Dirk. You thought Dawn of the Dead sucked.
Did he really? Did he say that?
Yeah, he did. He really does.
That was boring. Dawn of the
Dead. Dirk has some wild takes on movies that I just would not expect. I respect him for it.
So do I. So I know the feeling. I was having fun with it.
Revenge, I have seen. That movie took me by surprise of how good it was. Like, because I really didn't. It was like a Shudder original or something. I did not expect it to be worth a damn.
Mm-hmm.
It was really good though.
Very stylistic, like The Substance. So I look forward to what she does later.
Mm-hmm. It seems like everybody in here has seen The Substance by now, so that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that ending was pretty crazy when I saw it. I went, this is great.
It just immediately reminded me of Society. When I saw it, I was like, that you will never see that. I didn't think you'd ever see it in a movie like that again. And so it kind of caught me off guard, but it was killer.
Well, she is French, so maybe that helps.
Yeah. Bruce Willis will replace Kevin Kline early in the making of Death Comes and John Silver Trails. So I'll cut out because they're like, see the work printed. Yeah, that would be a good idea.
Did not know that. Huh?
Interesting.
Dawn of the Dead. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I love a good ranking of movies. Red Heat, Sudden Death, Marked for Death. Rank them.
For me, I'd say Marked for Death, number 1. 2 would be Sudden Death, and then 3 Red Heat.
Fuck. I'd go Red Heat, Marked for Death, and Sudden Death.
Marked for Death, Red Heat, Sudden Death.
Well, Sudden Death is the clear loser in that.
I love Van Damme, but if anyone ever watches that movie again, you will notice that almost every fight scene Van Damme has is a double. He must have really coked up during that movie, because like every fight, there's like a close up, and every wide shot, you can clearly tell it's not him. So it just takes me out of the movie.
He probably showed up on the set for like 30 minutes and then left, so they had to fill in everything else.
Yeah.
And it needed more Powers Booth as well.
Yes, there are people that think Dawn of the Dead sucks. I don't know exactly why. I hear theories, but none of them make any sense to me. So,
Yeah, like Manion.
yeah, there's theories about why that sucks too. Hold on, we're getting there. We ain't got there yet. Hold on. Bobby's got another super chat. He says Uncle Bill and CK as wrestling announcers at the table. Pizzal, I think is what he means, as the guy who announced the wrestlers before the match. Marcus referee, Matt, Fabio, both Mikes, John, the Zero Cool, and every ass wrestlers.
I think
As wrestlers. as wrestlers and ass wrestlers are two completely different things. I'll make sure I get that right.
That makes me wonder, would you and Wes, like, you ever thought, I mean, I could see you two as wrestling announcers. I really can. Like, like Jesse Ventura, and I could see you both, announcing a match. I could see you both working well with that.
It's an interesting idea. I don't think the weird thing about it is, anytime we do any of those wrestling shows, nobody gives a shit. I think that like that's a genre that's so filled up with people that already do that like,
gotcha.
It's hard to break into that at all. But I mean, we both have a real love and passion for, especially like 90s shitty, like 90s WCW and WWF kind of wrestling.
I also mean like at an actual live wrestling match, like you just put you guys in as announcers. I could see that too.
Yeah,
you guys are
we
well.
would be great at like the Bluegrass Championship Wrestling down here. No shit. That would be fucking hilarious, man. They should have us do something like that.
I just thought about something, just to sort of put a nail in the coffin on the substance conversation, even though we could talk about that movie forever.
I could, yeah.
You guys obviously liked it a lot. Is there anything you dislike about the substance?
Not much. I just wanted more Dennis Quaid.
Well, that's the one thing I did not care for as much, but
I love Dennis Quaid. I want more of him.
Yeah, I know you do.
He's a lot of fun.
I told you guys before off stream that I wish it was Ray Liotta because he was supposed to be in the movie, but he passed away before he could.
You know what's weird? Like thinking about that movie and looking back on it. No, not really.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's really nothing in that movie that I hated or like even disliked.
Okay, that's fair. Speaking of Ray Liotta, I did go ahead.
I was just gonna say I didn't cream my jeans or anything about Dennis Quaid, but I thought he was good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, I thought he was fine in that role.
Okay.
Which one do you like better, Death Dream or Martin? Death Dream.
Yeah, I was thinking that as well. I'd lean more towards Death Dream.
I need to revisit Death Dream. I haven't seen that in a long time. I need to see that again.
It's a really good one. It's a Vietnam zombie kind of weird about a guy that comes back from Vietnam and basically is basically a zombie and mayhem ensues. Carter has a super chat. He says, rank the Hannibal Lecter. Jesus Christ. How many of them? Like there's like 10 of them fucking movies with the young Hannibal, the fine young Hannibals. Sorry.
I guess there's only 4 or 5.
So there's
Manhunter.
there's Manhunter. There's Silence of the Lambs. There's Red Dragon. There's Hannibal. There's Young Hannibal.
Hannibal Rising.
Hannibal Rising.
Mhm.
And then isn't there like a sequel to that too? That's like
No.
there's not a
That's
sequel
it.
to Hannibal Rising.
There's TV show,
Yeah.
but not
Okay.
it's just those movies.
All right, go for it.
Manhunter, Silence, fuck the rest.
Jesus.
Damn.
All right.
Well, I mean, Hannibal, I could watch some of it, but it's not really a film I rewatch much. Red Dragon's just a crappy remake of Manhunter. Hannibal Rising, no one gives a shit about that piece of shit.
No, I remember watching that movie back when we did the show originally and like hated that movie.
And Manhunter's my favorite, so that's up to you.
I'd probably say the same, although I wouldn't say fuck the rest.
So how would you rank the rest?
I mean, oh shit. I mean, I guess I'd have to put Hannibal above Red Dragon because Red Dragon is kind of just like it's got all actors in it that I like. It looks really good. I think it's shot particularly well, given the director. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm not even going to count Hannibal Rising. I don't think anybody would. So that's clearly dead last.
So I would go Silence of the Lambs. Rambo's gonna love this. Silence of the Lambs, Red Dragon, Manhunter, Hannibal, and then Hannibal Rising will be wherever else.
Okay.
I just find Manhunter to be fucking a very tedious movie to get through. And I cannot in my mind do the whole, what's that guy's name that plays Lecter?
Brian Cox.
Brian Cox. I just can't shift my vision from Anthony Hopkins to him. Like I've tried watching that movie to do that, and I can't see anybody else in that role as much as I try.
Oh, okay. Fantastic. What the hell?
Well, I'm not caught up yet.
Damn, Phantasm. What happened?
I guess, oh, Jesus Christ. I forgot about that.
I saw that.
I thought that was a joke. Is that serious?
I guess it is.
Yeah, I thought that was a joke as well.
I guess I can't confirm because I'm not doing that.
Oh, God.
Your porno stash Jeff Speedman movie.
It's, I've never seen anything like that before. I guess it's an interesting idea, like to do that, like on like a gimmick level, but that's a horrible movie, man, to put out like that, to make people pay money for a movie that probably would not have even sold out, like had they done like a 2,000 or 3,000 run of it. I don't know. It still kind of pisses me off.
Wes says it's for real.
Yeah, that's wonderful then.
What's next? A do-yourself movie? Just like, here's a blank disc, put whatever movie you want on it.
Probably. Like you get old VHS tapes or something. Like you have to record your own shit onto it.
One quick thing. I know you mentioned a little bit before. What are their pictures that they showed they had like the warp print of the keep?
I don't remember that.
It's funny that you mentioned that because like right around the time when that got really like going around in social media and stuff like that, right? About the keep. I could have swore there was something where it talked about the director said that like there would never be a cut of that movie without the director's cut. And then there was something about like, materials or something like that.
It was like film canisters. It was like something, I swear it said like warp print or something. Maybe I was wrong, but if not warp print, but something like that. I swear I saw that. But
we could have gotten like fucking punked. Who knows the way stuff is nowadays? Just people just making shit up.
Yeah.
Oh, I see this. Buddy, you shut the hell up. Fuck you. Fucking argue with me about movies.
I know you guys yesterday mentioned how surprised you were that the Keep sold out that quick. I probably in the future, I could probably the only film that would get close to that is if they announced Fright Night 2. I can't think of another movie that would be that successful that quick.
I can't either. You're right. The only one would be Fright Night 2 in my mind, like where people would like lose their shit over it if it got released.
Yeah.
I think that Felster can make a pretty good living though, doing like carving out a niche with slasher films like he's doing. Like if he finds some of them that has never been released on anything like DVD, even those will sell out. I know they will. 2,000-3,000 run kind of thing if he does that.
Yeah,
for sure.
But
I thought who were they? I thought they were going to do Ghoulies 3. I thought they said
yeah, he did say that.
Vestron.
At some point, he says a bunch of shit on Vestron that like I don't know what the deal is with Vestron, but that shit seems to take forever if it does get made.
And they're still around, Vestron?
Yeah, that title. I mean, whatever that label is.
What was the last release they had? Blue Steel? When was that? And when was that?
I don't know, man. That's been a minute for sure.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I think what happened with that is that he probably was focusing on Trick or Treat, like in terms of like trying to do anything else for them, and they may have put the shit on the back burner too for a period.
But I mean, if he's now do his own thing,
that's I don't know. In terms of like, he may be transition. One of the last things he said, I think when we were talking to him, was that like he was going to try to do less stuff with companies and more stuff on his own. He was going to like kind of distance himself from the companies that he was working with and just do his own shit. So,
I mean, hell, just start doing all the really cool shit for yourself. That's what I would do.
Yeah, I mean, if he's got the ability to do it now with Don May and everything.
Yeah. I mean, maybe that's why the Vestron started doing all those steel books. You know, they were just putting out stuff they already had out, just in steelbook format.
So like Stream Factory.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they might be going that route.
Okay, so hold on a second. I want to get to this one question again. How many movies would you say you've seen? Dude, that's a great question. I would have no idea. If you think about it, for about, I'll be conservative and say that for a 5-year period of time, I watched 10 movies a week. And we did. It had to be at least that during the run of the original run of the. So how many is that? Like somebody add that up. If you did that's 40 a month times 12. So yeah. Somebody do the math and let me know what the fuck that would be.
Where's Jackson Jack? He's got all the stats on everything. Calculate that for us.
4,800?
I would think,
12 times 4 is 48. And it's 40.
So 480.
4,800?
Wait, no, 40, that'd be 40 movies a month times 12.
Or
4,000.
Wait. Or would it be 480?
400. That's 400. That's 480 movies.
480. Yeah.
For 5 years. Like that's 2,000 movies. Let's say roughly 3,000 movies like that. Just in that 5-year period of time. It's got to be over 10,000. Has to be. And the weird thing,
go ahead.
The weird thing about it is, I'd say out of that, let's say if we say 10,000, out of that 10,000, probably 1,000 of them were any good. The other 9,000 have been complete shit.
Oh, thank you, Joe. Yeah, that's what I saw. Canister, someone posted with initials WP. It didn't say word print though, so possible they weren't allowed to do the word print. Well, I think that's what what else would WP stand for?
I don't know. Like in the context of film, what the fuck would that stand for?
WP.
Yeah. Wicked Projector. They from Boston. Let's see. Hold on. Buddy, look, I don't give a fuck about Manhunter, all right? You two shit hens can shove Manhunter up your ass.
Wicked Prayer, baby. I don't know. Oh, Bobby's sending you another super chat.
Let's see. What are your thoughts on people on Facebook that say this guy has died and you looked it up and said they're not dead? I really fucking hate that, to be honest, when that happens, boy. Like people that will every now and then there'll be a news story, especially on Facebook, about somebody that's supposed to be dead and they're fine. I don't know. That happens constantly.
Yeah, it's people wanting to get shot buzz onto their page. People go to their page and then do people even make money from Facebook? I think some do somehow. I don't know how that works, but
I hope not.
You've upset the Michael Mann fans in the chat.
Oh, really? Well, good.
Right.
I like Manhunter, but I'm not
they
upset.
Need to be upset. Hey, if they're upset now, wait till I tell them this. Here's a hot take. Michael Mann is overrated as fucking hell. That guy, fuck. Watching them long ass dry movies like eating a piece of Wonder Bread. Fucking toasted ass Wonder Bread directed motherfucker. Fuck him and them movies. What do you think about that?
I can't go say that. I like Heat and Collateral.
Yeah. You like your movies to be long and fucking drawn out as shit? Well, there's your director.
I like Collateral's long and drawn out.
Look, Rambo, don't you fucking start with me either. No, I'm just kidding. I actually like Collateral, which is weird because I fucking hate Tom Cruise, but that's like one of the only decent Tom Cruise movies that I've seen for real. And I think it has something to do with the fact that like he doesn't really even. Well, he's a heel, but he doesn't look like Tom Cruise either.
That's
like
true.
They've got him so made up that he just looks like a different person. I don't mind Heat. I think it's a decent film. I don't really like Manhunter. I'm just being honest with you.
Yeah.
What's some other Michael Mann movies I can shit on real quick?
Public Enemies.
Yeah,
Thief.
I think we all know that movie sucks. Thief with James Caan.
Yeah.
Yeah, that movie's fucking trash.
I don't think it's trash.
I'm just kidding.
I'm
just kidding. I haven't actually ever even seen it.
I was gonna say, like, that's a bit much there. Like,
I guess you don't enjoy the keep when you did it.
yeah.
You're having fun watching that movie then.
But I mean, Michael Mann is hot garbage. I think we can all agree, right, guys?
I would not agree. I like Michael Mann.
Oh shit. Let's see. Do you guys think children shouldn't play with dead things as a classic? I think it's about 10 or 15 minutes of editing, meandering footage out of it away from being a classic film. I haven't seen that movie in so long. I couldn't tell you like one thing about it or another.
Need a rewatch. I don't even know if I have that. I don't think I have that. That's one that I do like, but I just haven't seen it forever. I need to get it.
I think he's right. I think Billy's right about this. Dead Alive would sell faster than Fright Night 2. Yeah, you might be right. Either if he put out Dead Alive or Bad Taste, I think it would sell out immediately.
Yeah.
He ain't going to, but if he did.
Yeah, I fear that director though, he's going to do it himself. He's just going to release it however he feels with whatever company. And it won't be like Vinegar or Michael Felsher. I'm just assuming. Does he be too much of a control freak, that director? I would think.
I agree. You're right, man. I'm not a film fan. I'm a cinema fan. You're a fucking film fan. I like cinema. Be killer if I was like that. So, buddy, it's all about theatrical cinema. It ain't about fucking movies. WP is wrong print.
Okay, maybe it is. That's why the current release is the wrong one.
Betty White died every other week on Facebook. That's so true. Oh,
But she's dead now, right?
yeah, she really did
Mhm.
die. I think
Okay.
finally.
Yeah.
Finally.
I mean, not it's just like, dude,
I
she was
know, I
like
know.
almost 100. Like,
Yeah.
shit,
It's,
the
it's
Grim
about
Reaper
time.
fucking waiting on her for years. What's better, Body Double or the Relic? I can't go against De Palma. I'm just not going to. So
Yeah. I mean, I like the Relic a lot. The Body Double's just, I mean, hell. How do you top that? I mean, yeah, like you said, it's De Palma. That was still when he was making really, really kick-ass stuff. And I've always been a big fan of Body Double.
I wonder what made him pit those two films to compare. I'm trying to see the connection between Body Double and the
it's
Relic.
interesting. It's an interesting choice of two films. Yeah.
It's like, what's better, Star Wars or The Glimmer Man?
Glimmer Man.
Glimmer Man, clearly.
Yeah.
You ready to piss some more people off, Mark? Let's go.
I will.
So
Metallic Mark.
there's some fucking hilarious comments in here now.
Look at Metallic Mark 87. That's from Mark.
Holy shit. Carter wants to bring back to my attention that I like Dracula 3D. I think we all know that I never said I liked Dracula 3D. I said, what did I say?
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
People bitch about that movie constantly, and it's not that bad.
It deserves it.
I've got 2 words for you. Praying mantis. That's all I'm going to say. That's all you need.
That's pretty fucking bad.
3 words. Praying fucking mantis. Whole fucking show. Oh God. Well, we got some actual hate in here. That's nice to see. Hate is the most overrated shit. I love it when people look at this. Walter Hill is greater than Michael. I actually do believe that. I 100% believe that. For real. This is an interesting series of events. It's 1996. Clint Eastwood phones you. He says, please come up with a story for the 6th Dirty Harry movie. He will start shooting it in 1997, and he needs to have Gina Davis in it. So am I to come up with the movie premise?
Sure.
He starts a women's baseball league with Gina Davis and Lori Petty and hires Tom Hanks, but then there's a crime outbreak and they all have to like form like the Warriors and take their bats and shit into the subways and just beat up all the criminals. That's my Dirty Harry pitch. Gina Davis.
Oh, speaking of Clint Eastwood. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about.
Look, buddy.
Okay.
I won't stand for any
Here we go.
disrespect of Day of the Dead whatsoever. How about you list a movie you like so I can shit on it? How about that? I'm tired of this.
Here you go, Rambo. Here you go. Wizard of Oz or Caligula. Comparison movies here.
It's ironic he said that because I just recorded a review for The Wizard of Oz. It's funny enough, and that's a good movie still, but it's so weird when you know the backstory of that. All the weird stuff that happened during the making of that movie.
Which one, Wizard of Oz or Caligula?
Sadly, Wizard of Oz is more sadder.
Yeah, it really is. That's what I was thinking.
All the Munchkins were grabbing on Judy Garland, and they kept giving her uppers and downers, so she didn't know where she was at. The director slapped her at one point because she had the giggles. The guy was the Tin Man, got like toxic reaction to the dust, so he went to the hospital. So I did another Tin Man.
Yeah, I mean, that was back in the day when they were using like asbestos for makeup. Like they didn't give a shit. people were falling through trapdoors and fucking getting set on fire, and nobody cared. It was just like there were pieces of furniture that just be moved around. Like nobody really thought much about actors in the 30s. Like,
No,
that
they
just
didn't.
wasn't a thing.
Oh.
Look, motherfucker, I'll talk shit about whatever I want on here. I would rather watch Megan right now than fucking try to watch fucking half of Michael Mann's movies. So what do you think about that? That Praying Mantis is a better fucking actor than half of the people Michael Mann puts in them pieces of shit.
Okay.
This is a great title, though, real quick for my movie, A Gun of Their Own.
Yeah, it is.
It's killer.
I did notice that when I saw it, Wes. Yeah, he had a gun in it. The scarecrow. Yeah, I saw it. I think because he never shot it, so people forgot about it. If he had shot it, then I think people remember the scene. So I think just because he had it and then he didn't do anything with it, so they just passed by kids.
What are you talking about, Cardo? You mean his worst movie? Which one? There's too many of them fucking choose from.
They're all better than Dawn of the Dead. That's what he's saying.
I see what he's saying. But like, what would his worst movie be? Like, is every one of them?
I like Michael Mann, and I don't even agree with that, Cardo. That's a bit much. Black Cat. He's made some shitty films too. Black Cat was one. Public Enemies was one. Whatever he's done since Collateral has been shit.
The worst thing about Public Enemies, I'll say real quick, is why the fuck did he shoot it like that? Like you're making a film of that era and you shoot it that way. That doesn't make any fucking sense.
Because he's a pretentious fucking tool bag dumbass. That's why. All these fucking wannabe film school nerds can shut up. You read a book, you think you understand film shit now, hush. Just like what you like and shut your mouths. Shooty Garland. This is true too. Like she was on like tons of uppers and shit too to keep her weight down because she was supposed to look like really young, which is crazy to think about.
Yeah. The upper top forced her to do that. I think that's one reason why Shirley Temple didn't do the film, because I think her mom knew that was going to happen to her, so kept Shirley Temple away from Wizard of Oz.
Didn't Shirley Temple? It's a weird thing about Shirley Temple. Didn't she go on to be in like fucking? I don't think it was Congress, but she was like an ambassador or something.
Sounds
after
right.
she was. It's weird because she's one of the only people that was a child actress that survived that and actually went on to like have like a decent life. It seemed like.
Yeah.
I can't remember what her job was, but it was something government related like that, where she was like an ambassador to some country after she quit film.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. All right, go ahead, Mark. Floor's yours.
Yeah.
Says he doesn't get the love for Day of the Dead. Great score and gore effects. I'll agree with that. That's literally it. Everything else about it. Come on.
Defending Mark. Come on.
Okay. At least back me up here, Rambo. You know it's better than Night. You said as much earlier, right?
Yeah, I like Day of the Dead quite a bit. I like Dawn more, but I love Day of the Dead. I think there's a lot more than just the score and gore. I like roads. I like the. Go ahead.
So, Mr. 87, tell me how Night of the Living Dead's better. I'll wait. Go ahead.
I don't like Night of the Living Dead.
No, not you. I'm talking about this guy. I want to see his response in the chat.
I'm glad I'm on this chat because everybody has a hot take. I'm not.
Yeah,
alone.
this is a very contentious, intense chat tonight, and I'm here for it. I'm ready. I'm ready to fight.
I love it.
I'm like Seamus. I'm ready to fight.
Now, the Day cast is better than Night of the Living Dead, Jackson. I think the Day of the Dead has a much better cast than Other than Ben, I think the rest of Night of the Living Dead sucks. Except Ben.
Look at this shit. Look at that.
What's so bad about that movie now? Justin Smith, what's so bad about that movie?
That's the hottest take I've ever seen on here.
We're gonna have to start doing hot take streams. That's what we got to do from now on.
That's a great idea, actually, Mark. Yeah, just do a whole show on like what's your hottest take.
We did something like this on one of those list shows that we did a few months ago.
End.
Yeah. Like I just wanted everybody to just list their hot takes, and I think that's a good idea for a future show. We got to do more of these.
Everything's boring. I'm sorry, Dorothy wasn't having sex with the scarecrow or something. Or, you know, the lion wasn't eating people's assholes.
Let's bring it back down here for a
Wasn't
minute.
Wizard of Putin.
Let's bring it back to
Wizard.
Did you like The Fly too? It was a nice, safe question, I feel like.
I like the effects in that.
And you guys can answer this question seriously, and then I'm going to make it.
Okay.
I'm going to make it into something that'll make people angry. Go ahead.
Sure. I like The Fly too. I don't think it's as good as the first one, but I like the effects. Eric Stoltz, he's all right, but I don't think it doesn't nearly have as good of a love story as the previous one, but it does have some fun effects. I liked it as a monster movie, but I think the first has much better story and characters. But I liked it.
Yeah, I mean it's it's fine. I think the effects are really, really good. I don't think I've watched the Scream Factory version of it. There's more like gore footage in like the uncut version, isn't there? That's what I've always heard.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure. Yeah.
You don't have it, UB?
No, never owned that movie.
Okay. Either way, it's so the first movie has that whole body horror aspect that runs like throughout the film. From what I remember, it doesn't quite get that way, at least until like the middle of the movie or the third act. And it doesn't have that whole template of like what body horror was, or at least what Cronenberg made it into. So automatically off that, like it kind of drops down a notch for me. But I remember it being okay. Like I know the effects in it are what I love the most. I love the creature design of the fly in it at the end. That's great. I don't know. I gotta watch it again.
I honestly don't mind The Fly too. Everybody always talks shit about that movie, like, or they did there for the longest time. It may have caught back on nowadays, like a lot of stuff has, but like for the longest time, that movie was universally kind of railed. But I mean, it's better than Manhunter. So you see what I did there? You see what I did? I brought it full circle.
Came right back around. I see.
Right back around to it. Oh shit! Here's a hot take. I love that this is where we're at in this conversation now.
Well, he did do Cyborg, so I give it to you. He did do Cyborg.
Here's a legitimate question. Dirty Harry or Death Wish? Now that is like a pretty good comparison.
Yeah.
Dirty Harry for me. I grew up more with Clint Eastwood.
God damn, that is tough, man.
Yeah,
really
I'm so like dead center in the middle. It's hard for me to lean one way or the other. Part of me wants to say Dirty Harry as well, but I fucking love Death Wish, all of them, all the movies. So
I think Dirty Harry has the better. It has a great heel, like with Andrew Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
Probably one of the best in any action film, honestly. But I feel like Death Wish feels more real. Like there's something about Death Wish that feels like that. It's more of an exploitation movie than Dirty Harry is. Yeah. So I would probably pick Death Wish.
I'll put Dirty Harry. Satan's Child, I'll shit on night. Fuck night.
We still doing that? Shit. We're still in that shit.
Bored fucking movie.
Oh man, there's. Here we go.
Wait, what's it? Artist requesting a Neil Breen fan commentary since you shit on Thief. Killer. I'm here for it. Do it.
Oh God. Have you seen a Neil Breen movie before?
I'm not sure. Give me some Neil Breen movies.
I don't remember what the hell.
Hold on, I'll look it up.
If you've seen, you haven't seen them then, because you would remember them. You don't even need the title. You would remember them.
Holy shit!
You haven't seen them.
No, I have not seen any of these. This guy looks like Demon Dave. He's gonna be talking about the farmer.
The worst director / actor you will ever see in your life. Like
Worse than Tommy Wiseau.
Yes.
Wow. Well,
if you know, you know. All you have to do is watch one of them. You know.
I can't tell what he's saying here, but if he's saying what I think he's saying, then that's crazy. I don't hate Black Christmas 2019 should have been called Slay Girl. Is he saying he doesn't hate Black Christmas 2019, or is he saying he doesn't hate Black Christmas, 2019 should have been called Slay Girls?
No, I think he means Black Christmas 2019. Didn't he hate Day and Dawn of the Dead?
He did. He said that earlier. He said Dawn and Day both suck or something like that. Or maybe he said he didn't care for them.
There's no way you like that movie. Nobody can like that movie. That movie's unlikable.
He likes that movie.
That movie's more unlikable than Jada Pinkett Smith. It cannot be fucking liked.
He likes it.
That movie is more unlikable than Dakota Johnson and Madam Web. It just cannot fucking happen. Oh God. We're still thinking. I just love the fact that this is going on the entire fucking time. Straight down the line.
I mean, let me see. Both one location.
But night ain't better.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm not gonna agree with that, but hey, that's your opinion. That's what you want to believe. You go ahead.
Oh fuck. Oh fuck me.
What?
All right. I'm gonna head out. Fucking shit.
I love both. It depends if you're okay. I would put it this way: what is your number one favorite genre? If it's horror, then you're probably going to go for Alien. I love horror, but my number one favorite genre is action. I don't know why I said it that way. Action. So Aliens would be more my type of movie. And so in my opinion, I think Aliens is a superior movie in terms of the cast, the scope, everything in between. But Alien I love as well. So, I mean, either one's a good choice to me. It's not like it's fucking Night of the Living Dead.
See, I was with you all the way till the end, and you fucking.
Hey, I had to.
Oh, shit. This has been the most interesting show we've ever done, I think. Just these fucking takes have been hilarious. Vanderhoff says he never said he hated Donner Day. He's just not a huge fan of either.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Aliens
so you're not a fan.
Alien is the better movie, says Carter. MGH Bruh says I prefer Alien. Anthony says he just beat the true sequel to The Thing, the video game from 2002. Yeah, that's probably the only true sequel.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm guessing you were playing the remastered version, Anthony?
He
Because
was.
I know that just came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I checked this stream out a little bit before this. Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna have to jump on that.
I mean, I'm gonna have to agree with this. Fuck. You know
Yeah.
what's weird though? There's some people that actually really believe Return of the Living Dead 2 is good. And God bless
don't-
those people, but that
I
is
mean,
not
like
true.
Wes.
I'm not
Yes,
a fan of
Wes is one of them.
that one.
Yeah.
I don't mind. I don't mind Return of the Living Dead 2. I like the first one more. I don't mind it. It's silly. It's stupid, but it's kind of fun. It's not like a favorite of mine, but I do watch it more than the other ones afterward.
I put that movie in the same category I put Bud the Chud. Like it's the same type of movie.
I like it a lot more than Bud the Chud.
It's the same fucking goofy ass type of movie though. You got Michael Jackson zombies and shit. Like, come on.
Mhm. I always say Tar Man is shit man now.
Yeah,
Like
it just
everything looks shittier. It is shittier. I prefer to watch part 3 over part 2.
I like part 2 more than part 3.
Oh my god.
Part 3 is like a shitty Romeo and Juliet ripoff. I don't like part 3. It's pretty fucking boring.
this guy's fucking never giving up. It's just,
I like the dedication though. At least
yeah.
he's gonna keep it going.
I mean, I agree with that. Like,
No.
oh fuck, Rambo.
I rather
no
watch
way.
2. I rather watch 2 than 3. 3's a cheap Romeo and Juliet shit. Unless if you love the
How
girl,
is the second film not cheap?
That's it. Yeah, exactly.
It looks like shit. The effects are shitty. Give me
so's
a
the
break.
third
Come
one.
on. I didn't say it wasn't though. You're saying 2's better. So
Third
like,
takes place like in one fucking compound. The second one is like in an actual town, and
they go
like
all over. They go
all over
to
the
different
compound.
places. No, they're
The sewers.
outside. There's the cop.
sewers.
The scene with the cops in the alley. Yeah, the sewers. They go outside. They're
The
in
sewers where the shit's at.
the spillway thing
where
in
it
LA.
fits.
Like, come on.
I'll tell you the best one though is Rave to the Grave. Fight me. That
Oh, God.
movie's awesome.
Both of those are terrible.
You're lying.
Yeah. Anytime I think about Return of the Living Dead 2, I think this is what I think about too. I got to be honest. Get that damn screwdriver out of my head.
That's funnier than anything in part 3.
I don't think part 3 is supposed to be funny though. It's just
Exactly.
like,
That's why I like it more than
That's-
2.
That's what I was missing out of it.
No.
look,
If I need
look at-
comedy, I'll go watch comedy. I don't need
If you want a
movie.
shitty love story, you watch part 3.
Yeah, where's the hot women in part 2? Exactly.
Oh,
I don't watch zombie films for hot women usually. I
You're
watch
right.
porn for that.
You watch them for shitty makeup effects like Return of the Living Dead Part 2. I got you. Okay.
You just
It makes
admitted
sense now.
this
just
whole thing is devolved into just people arguing like
you just admitted there were shitty effects in part 3. You said it
Holy
was cheap.
shit. This is
No, I said it
amazing.
was cheap. I actually like the effects in the third movie.
Oh.
So you like the shitty effects too? Like I do in part 2.
I
That's
don't
the
think they're
outro.
shitty though. That's you. You like part 2. That's fine.
I'm gonna die during the stream. Yes, he did. And I actually like William Butler quite a bit.
Yeah.
He's actually a pretty decent guy. We talked to him years ago.
Seems like a good guy.
Try to get back on track here as much as possible. Did anyone order that Houses of Doom set or the new Bother set from Cauldron? I got the Houses of Doom set, and I'm on the fence with that Bother set, man, because like
Mhm.
I'm just like the one thing I don't like about Cauldron is, well, two things. They take forever, and there's usually some sort of problems with the stuff, and it gets backed up, like it doesn't ship forever. But the second part I don't like about it is that it's really expensive, and those movies don't really need to be that expensive. I don't think.
I definitely would agree with that. Did it sell out? Let me see. Because I know it was down to like under 90 copies or so. They put it on the site.
It probably did. Then
No.
there'll be.
Well, it says it right here. Around 90 left.
Man,
Limited
You
quantity.
can't. you can't listen to them though, because like they put more of those Houses of Doom sets up after they said that shit sold out. Like they'll do the same thing with that.
Okay.
I'm just not buying their shit anymore.
I mean, they put.
I mean, I'm not buying their line. I'm not their product, but I'm just not buying the stuff they
Mhm.
say.
Yeah, it says 1 per customer, which is I don't know why the hell they didn't do that with Vinegar Syndrome and the whole keep situation. Why are you letting people buy 2 copies? But
I don't understand that anyway. Like CK was talking about the other night, the whole 2 copies thing. Like what? I don't know what the rationale is for that a lot of times. Like just make it 1.
oh my god.
There you go. I mean, I could never agree with that, to be honest.
Mhm.
That's way too out there of a take for me. I like that movie, but shit.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
I actually am really looking forward to this. I saw something about it the other day. Like,
Yeah, in
Yeah,
January.
yeah.
that should be really fun.
That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, for
I mean, I've heard a lot of stories about what happened with that, but it would be
Mhm.
interesting to know, exactly what happened.
Mhm. His script for it is out there somewhere, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's on the internet to read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't think that's it. I think people are making excuses for Return of the Living Dead too. God damn it. Oh, okay. Better action filmography, Michael Ironside or Lance Henriksen?
Lance.
Yeah.
I mean,
Go ahead.
No, I would say like 2 of my favorite films he's in, Aliens and Hard Target. So
Yeah, it's weird because when I think of Michael Ironside, I don't immediately think about action. Like I think of Scanners and shit like that too. So, but when I think of Henriksen, it's usually action or horror. Like he's going to be in one of those genres somewhere.
Yeah, it's going to be Henriksen for me. I mean, I love Ironside though. He's always a nice presence in anything he's in.
Who's the better actor if you had to pick?
I mean, it depends. They're both pretty. I would say Ironside's more intense. Lance is better, be more calmer.
I'd probably say Ironside might be the better actor.
I like both. I'll go with Lance. Yeah, different styles. Yeah,
very different styles. Yeah, it's apples and oranges kind of thing.
I would have no idea. Actually, I would probably pick Jeff Speakman. Much better. We'll find out soon how awesome he is. We get that fucking Blu-ray in.
Did you? So you did get that?
Yeah, I mean, I ordered that. That gave that money back whenever that happened. So
Side Roads.
I had no idea it was going to be Side Roads. I'd never even heard of that movie.
Good luck. You want a movie with no action, just a erotic thriller with him and his porn stash.
I saw the cover to the VHS tape and I was like, Jesus Christ, that's amazing. It looks like so bad, but I'm sure it's probably actually really bad.
I'll weigh your review.
We talked about this at some point. I can't remember when, maybe in the 90s portion of the one we did. I think we all like this movie and all pretty much agree it holds up. Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely. Very fun movie. It shouldn't work on any level given the type of movie that it is and when it came out, but it does. And I don't think anybody in it took it too seriously. They kind of knew what it was, and then they played up to what strengths were in the script. at least in terms of like fun that could be had with shooting a movie like that. And I think the director knew that as well. Like, don't overdo it. Just, just have fun with it. And it works.
So I was curious, since we're near the end of the year, what would be your favorite non-horror film of the year?
God, man.
Interesting.
I'm gonna have to look up what films came out. Sorry, but I don't like.
You
I've got a pretty good idea of like horror films, but when it comes to non-horror films, I'm lost. So hold on.
That's fun, yeah.
Let's try movies 2024.
It's not a great list of stuff.
Shit.
Like it's. Let me see.
God almighty, it's bug.
Oh yeah, David Collins, I saw your comment. Yeah, Super Fights was fun. It was very goofy and silly. Maybe like this. It depends. If you're going for a very B level action film, it's fun. Like a 7 out of 10 fun. Wouldn't could be called good, but it's fun.
God, man, I didn't see a lot of these. Looking at this list. Borderlands. It's a horrible list.
Yeah, Anthony, I saw Heretic. I didn't mind it. Hugh Grant was really good. It's very talky. Halfway through, it kind of got a bit old. The ending is a bit anticlimactic, but I liked Heretic. Like Hugh Grant was really good.
Okay, real quick though, I just want to tell you all something.
Sure.
Out of the top 10 grossing movies of this year,
All are sequels.
Yes, or like remakes or something else. But I have seen out of these 10 movies, I've seen 2 all the way through. So, I mean, that tells you kind of like where I'm at with new movies and watching them.
Gotcha.
Mark, you got any?
I'm just looking at all this fucking shit.
It's
Ghostbusters, Frozen Empire,
bad.
Jake Gyllenhaal's Roadhouse. Just fucking, oh my God.
Yeah. It's like my worst nightmare. God.
I've seen quite a few of these, but and I don't want to just say Strange Darling, but like I guess. But see, that leans too close to horror, so that's why I'm trying to find something else.
Mm-hmm.
There has to be something.
I was going to say there has to be some movie we saw that was not horror. I mean, every year there's a little one that's halfway decent, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see
crap that came out?
Did you see the Furiosa movie? Was that any good?
Not to me.
I saw parts of it, but I've never seen it, like the whole thing. What's that?
Bulls, this is fucking sad. This is. Damn sure wasn't. I mean, Twisters.
No, I'm already in May, and I still haven't seen anything that like.
There's no. I'm in September, and there's nothing.
Okay, here's one that I really did enjoy quite a bit with The Fall Guy. Had a lot of fun with that.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
I'm gonna have to watch some more non-horror movies clearly because I there's none on here that I would pick. What about you, Rambo? Like, what was yours?
One was no one's going to know what this movie is. It's a direct-to-video action film called Life After Fighting. If you want a film that really is a callback to 90s action with a finale that's just insane choreography, like it's a guy who's a martial arts teacher, brings the bad guys to his school, and he's like elbowing people so hard They fall, their brains fall out. He's kicking people through glass. He's breaking bones. Like, again, if you want a film that's really 90s, good era, Life After Fighting, highly recommend. Beverly Hills Cop 4, I liked. That was better than I thought it would
I
be.
saw that one and I was like, yeah, I mean, like, but I was like, surely to God, that can't be the best non-horror movie I saw. But it's like up there, honestly.
I did like the Fall Guy that Mark mentioned. But I mean, like you guys are saying, it's kind of a tough year. I mean, you guys are having trouble.
Like, I don't. People are putting shit in here like Bad Boys 4, Gladiator. I just don't watch movies like. I just don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
I'll never watch those movies.
Yeah, I mean, I saw Bad Boys.
I hated it.
The Crow.
Hated it.
I'll never see that movie.
I didn't even bother with The Killer. Again, I'm looking at non-horror stuff. I've seen the majority of all the horror stuff that's come out.
Killer was woke ass horse shit.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, if this was this year,
that was this year. That was a fun
then
one.
that would be one of my favorites. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was actually really surprised by that movie.
Was that this year?
Yep.
January. Oh, that was January. Yeah. I just thought, yeah.
That's a fun one.
Yeah, that'd be up there. 1992 was okay. It was all right.
Yeah.
I was going to talk about that one. That was Ray Liotta's last theatrical.
What was?
1992.
Oh, I thought it was this.
I thought that's what he was talking about too. I was like, I hope not.
He was in Sasquatch Sunset.
Yeah, it's a heist film set in 1992 amongst the
riots.
The Rodney King thing.
Yeah,
the riots. So you have Scott Eastwood, Ray Liotta's his father, and Tyrese Gibson, and there's another dude in there. I can't remember his name, but it's a heist movie. And if you are a big Ray Liotta fan, I'd say give it a watch. It's a pretty short flick. It's like 85 minutes or something. It's okay. It's not amazing, but it's worth a watch, I'd say.
Mark, you know what film you need to watch?
What's that?
Peter 5'8".
Yeah. And Black Peter.
You want to see Kevin Spacey melt and look like Jack Palance? Go watch Peter 5'8".
Yeah.
Jesus. One of the worst films.
Never seeing that. Yeah. Mr. Deadlights, where did she leave you? Out of curiosity.
Beetlejuice. Oh my God.
No, absolutely not.
So other than horror, this is that great year apparently.
No, it's not. Megalopolis. Joker 2.
This may be the year of like the most movies that I know I will never attempt to watch. Like I will never attempt to watch any of those that you just mentioned. I just have no fucking interest.
You didn't want to see the new Hellboy movie?
No one saw this. I agree, Stretch Burno. Love Lies Bleeding was good. I like that one. That was an interesting one. Love Lies Bleeding.
Yeah.
Was that
Kristen
what's
Stewart?
her name? Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that was an interesting one.
Yeah. I'm in October and there's still I got like what 2 movies out of 12 months.
I got a couple more than that. Damn, Mark.
I didn't see Gladiator 2. Don't really care to.
No, that's what I mean. Like, who gives a shit? Gladiator 2.
Yeah, that's unless I skip some. And I'm only looking at theatrical stuff. That one you mentioned earlier, Rambo, you said that was straight to DVD or straight to video?
Yes, Life After Fighting is a direct to streaming.
Okay.
But again, I know you can't play the trailer because you did hit, which you would. But anyone out, just check out the trailer. It's for a streaming movie. Excellent fights.
Wait. Left me for my friend after fighting over a McRib. Damn, Bulls, that is rough.
Pretty sad over something that wasn't that good to begin with.
No. Who fights over a fucking McRib?
Well, if it's a French fries, maybe, but McRib, no.
Fight, see who fucking gets rid of it quickest. Anthony brings up a good point, though. It was a very dry year for movies that he would actually pay for. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean,
So,
yeah.
just some people throw out like non-horror films in the chat. Throw out like, what were y'all's favorites? Throw out any that were actually decent.
Yeah, maybe I'm skipping some stuff. I mean, I went through as quick as I could here. I think this was a complete list of 2024 for theatrically released films, but it's I want to say there was more than like what I saw, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean the ones for me was stuff that went streaming. Life After Fighting, Beverly Hills Cop 4. Those are both streaming. I like Love Lies Bleeding and The Beekeeper. They got a little bit theatrical.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think this year was a fairly decent year for horror films, but not much anything else. Like, I mean, it might be one of the worst overall years for just movies in general.
Okay, that's true. I did like Deadpool and Wolverine for what it is.
Oh shit, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I must have skipped over that one. So yeah, that was one I did like, but
And yeah, fantastic. I agree. Yeah, Love Lies Bleeding was a good one. Is it just that
Dune 2? I haven't even named that one yet.
people just don't know how to make movies anymore? Or?
Well, like I said, if you look at that top 10 list, man, every fucking one of them is either a remake or a sequel. It's like,
Yeah.
and then fucking half of them are Marvel or Disney movies. So if you like that specific type of movie, you're good. If you don't, then you're screwed. You're just not going to be watching anything. It look like.
Well, Charles, I didn't mind Laying Out with the Devil. We're just asking like non-horror. I didn't mind that film. I've seen better, but I didn't hate it.
I didn't hate either. I just thought the whole exorcism thing was very. I don't know. It could have been done better.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you guys are doing a top 5 horror list, or not?
Yeah, I'm guessing we are. He mentioned it, I think, last time.
I was going to ask that now, but if you're waiting for it, you just wait for it.
I mean, I just told you like my top 2.
Yeah.
After that, it gets a little bit more difficult, but like, because those 2 I know, like I know what those 2 would be, but like, I mean, there's quite a few that could be the other 3.
Cool.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like this year, there was a lot of stuff that I saw that was interesting, but I'd have a hard time putting it in my top 5. Like there's 2 I could put in my top 2, but like the other 3 would probably just fall in by default because there's not much else. So
what are your top 2?
Oh, Strange Darling and Substance for sure. I mean, that's a given. But the others are just, they're okay. Like Blink Twice was cool. Did you guys see Blink Twice?
No.
You don't see that sort of subgenre of horror, like, and really it could be considered a thriller as well, but I'd say it's more so horror. You don't see that as often, and I can't give away the thing in it because if I do, then it's best to go into that movie not knowing anything, much like the characters are sort of ushered into like a sort of false sense of security, but you kind of get that from watching the trailer, so that's not really a spoiler. But like it, in the end, like the payoff is there. I'll say the last 10 seconds are very questionable. Like it really had me even till like there's like one thing that happens in the last 10 seconds. I was like, oh man. Like, but I think it still works for what it is. That's her directorial debut, Zoe Kravitz. I think she did a good job.
So is Terrifier 3 in your top 5?
That's one of the ones that would fall in by default. Like it's fun enough where like I'd rewatch it, I'd own it, but like it's just fine. Like, you know, same thing with Blink Twice. Like it's cool. I like it. I'd recommend it for somebody to watch, but like I didn't love it. You know what I mean? Like there's so many like that. I saw somebody mention Smile 2 earlier. That movie, it could have went way more off the rails. Like it should have.
So you did finish it.
I did. And
The beginning misled you, right?
It did. It did mislead me. Like
that's what I thought.
Did you see it?
No, but I heard about it. I'm like, yeah, if what I'm hearing is right, Mark's that's what they're going.
The funny thing about that is,
I see that.
Yeah, I see.
You can't put it up.
Oh God!
It rips off another horror film that came out just a few years ago. The entire last act is a ripoff of something that came out like already. So it's like, well, if you've seen one movie, you've seen the other. So it's like, no, it didn't work for me.
Substance would be my number one. Actually, I got this in. This is Wes's favorite movies. I know he hates this one.
Oh God!
I like this one quite a bit, but
Frogman.
Yeah, Frogman.
But I like these type of Blair Witch type of movies. I liked what they did for the low budget, and this is a TerraVision, so I actually got one. Lo and behold, I didn't mind Heritage.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
I need to watch that. That's actually one left that I want to watch before we do the year-end show, just to see like how that one is.
Heritage.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't see Maxine?
You're right. Okay, 2. There's 2 that I need to see. At least.
Gotcha.
I like Talk to Me. I did like that movie. For what it was.
Do you like the foot scene?
Yeah, I like the toe sucking. That was a good scene. Oddity. I've never heard of that one, Dirk.
No, I never heard of that one.
Yeah, that's one I was thinking about. Dirk, if you saw it, I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Hold on. Is it? God, what's the name of that movie? Is it Azrael? Did you guys see that with Samara Weaving?
No.
I do love her, though, in just about anything that she's in.
She's great. I mean, why hasn't she gotten over more?
Why is she not a big star? She's always in these indie kind of movies, but
exactly.
Like she should be like up there with, like Margot Robbie and stuff like that, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's so funny because like
know.
I see her and like she's practically her twin sister.
Yep.
But yeah, she should be a lot bigger than what she is. I wish she was, because she's great in pretty much anything I see her. I'm a big fan of her.
Did you see either Tarot or Stop Motion?
Stop motion, yes. That was another one. I had a long list of stuff, and I just tried to burn through all those. What was the other one you said?
Tarot.
Oh, God. I didn't even fucking finish that shit. That fucking sucked.
I loved it.
Yeah. No. I'm
that good.
No. I'd love to see your review of it, though, Rambo.
Well, I got requested. That's why I'm asking.
Oh, shit.
You'll love it.
And
Let
how
me-
is stop motion?
Uh,
Oh, that good. Okay.
yeah, I like what they were going for with it, but it's another one where I don't want to give it away. I wouldn't put it in my top 5. I know a lot of people have been putting that one over a lot, like, but I don't know, man. Like, that's what I mean. Like with the horror movies this year, it's like some interesting stuff, but I have a hard time coming up with the top 5. I just can't really do
All
it.
right, so people in the chat, throw out like what the sleeper, your favorite like sleeper or little known horror film was from this past year.
What would yours be?
Okay, I don't know. I'm asking them. Let me think about it. Jesus. Well, I mean, that's a tough one because like some of them I think would be like little known, but not to us.
Mm.
Like, I mean, they'd be known to us for sure. You'd have to watch something really independent. Patrick says there's a really crazy horror movie. It's called Low Lifes. I can't really say much. Lots of twists and turns.
That one might be on my list too. I don't know if I don't think I watched that one.
Carter says watch Anora when it becomes available to you. It's definitely worth the watch.
Never heard of it.
Never watched any. I saw. All right.
You still didn't watch Humane, did you? UB?
Nope.
That's the other Cronenberg, the dog, Caitlin Cronenberg movie.
Fuck, man. Like
That's 3.
That's 3, I guess. I've got like what 3 weeks. So
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there must not be that many because there's not many people throwing out films. See, that's what bugs the piss out of me. If this had been like the 80s, the 90s, even the 2000s, there'd be like probably 50 films that you could pick.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and now it's like that shit just doesn't happen.
Right.
I mean, favorite sleeper. If I don't count this one, it's a very divisive film, but in a violent nature.
That's what I was thinking, but it's like I consider that like on a mainstream level to be a sleeper, but most people that we know would know that movie. You know, they would have like.
Yeah.
So I like that movie too. I thought it was interesting. Yeah, what the fuck? Deadlights is back. Apparently his wife's back too.
That's cool. You like Sam's Lot? Would that be in your top 5?
That's a good pick in terms of like for a film that I never thought would be worth a shit. It actually turned out to be really good.
Did Witchboard come out? A remake?
Not that I know of.
I don't think so. Not yet. Yeah.
I mean, it's a fair point.
I like
yeah.
In violent nature.
I did too. And I don't think like there's not that many, like they make it seem like it's Lord of the Rings or something when people talk about it, but like there's just a few scenes of him walking around and it really more like sets up the mood of the film than it does anything else.
Right. Yeah, that's what I liked about it.
People go crazy about it. Like, that's too much goddamn walking. I want to see him do some shit. All right.
Well, I guess they hate Blair Witch, and that's all but walking.
Yeah. Yep. People hate walking. They're just not into it.
Any of you guys seen Immaculate?
No.
Oh, I need to watch the one. What's the one? Imaginary, Mark. I need to watch.
No,
that.
you don't. No, you don't. Don't watch Imaginary.
So that's 4. What's that? Make sure.
Did you see Night Swim?
Me or him?
Him.
I saw it. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know
Okay.
how either. Like it's just one of those movies that just was on,
Okay.
and I made the mistake of watching it. People get sucked into a swimming pool and fucking it's.
Sting was another one. I thought was okay. I liked it enough.
The spider one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't mind that one. I liked it.
None notation. Which one?
Huh. Sting.
Oh, okay. I tell you, one I didn't mind, man, was that fucking Omen movie. Like I thought that would be a huge turd.
First Omen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't mind it.
What was the other one? Was it Apartment 7A? The prequel for Rosemary's Baby.
Oh yeah. Apartment 227 with Jack A. You remember that fucking shit? Yeah. Stuff that we loved in the 80s, Bulls, I'm telling you.
What was that?
What?
Jackie, Apartment 22 what?
Now, surely you're not young enough to not remember 227 with Jack A.
The fuck is that?
You know what that is.
I don't think it is.
227 with Jack A?
Yeah, that was her name. I think she just had that one name, didn't she?
Yeah, yeah.
Who the fuck is Jackie?
Jack A? You don't know?
My God.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe he doesn't know the name. But you've seen her in plenty of stuff, though. She's been in a lot.
What was the other show she was in right before that?
Oof. Now that I'm not sure.
Jack A.
Or wasn't it after? Wasn't there a show after she was on?
There was 2 shows she was in that were really, really popular, like right together. 227 and then one other one.
Fuck.
And I think she was the star of the other one, but 227 she was just like, or maybe she was the star of 227, the other one she was a background. I can't remember how it worked out. She was in Sister Sister. Yeah, she was like the mom.
That's what it was. She was the mom of like the twins or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, I
that's not the one I'm thinking
that,
of.
but... No, I never saw fucking 227. I don't know what the fuck that was.
Well, Mark fucking knew what it was. He immediately
I'm surprised.
knew.
I thought you would have known what it was.
I had 4 channels when I was a kid, and 2 of them were the same ones. CBS, ABC, and PBS.
Damn, Rambo.
And that was until like 1996. I had 4 channels. And
No
2 of them were
wonder
the
you
same
like
ones.
movies so much now. You're like, fuck, I'm making up like 20 years or whatever.
There's nothing else to do as a farm middle nowhere in Iowa. I wasn't watching PBS. It was boring as shit.
Serious question though about that, about the farm in Iowa situation. Yeah. Were there a lot of tornadoes? I mean, was that like a constant thing?
Not where I lived, thankfully, because it was like close to the Minnesota border. So once in a blue moon. But I'm sure because of how things have been, this is probably more rampant now because the weather's all screwed up for everybody.
That's true. So
thankfully, it was not screwed up back then. Now, I could just imagine there's probably a whole lot. I would not be surprised, but back then, no. Like once in a blue moon. But nothing close to where I live.
I just imagine it to be like Wizard of Oz. It's like a tornado every week.
Not there.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Look, buddy. I like Booker T, okay?
What?
I'm saying that.
Yeah, hold on. This is the weirdest insult ever, but it somehow like works. Mark strikes me as a guy who first Stevie Ray over Booker T.
Oh my God. I like Booker T better. Thank you very much. You're probably the type of guy. We're going to talk 90s WCW. Let me guess. You like Alex Wright? Or fucking Norman Smiley
Wait.
over Bret Hart.
Which version of Alex Wright? Because that's a whole other
He's
topic.
doing the fucking dance.
Berlin or like dancing Alex Wright? Or,
Dancing.
yeah.
Maybe he's a Disco Inferno guy.
Yeah.
Once the Invisible Man and
I still have not seen what other show that she was in. I know there was another fucking show Jack A was in. Before that show, okay, I know it was in the 80s, so I mean maybe early 90s. I can't remember, but I'm not sure. I'd look her up. Fuck it.
yeah, I didn't follow Jack A.
Well, you should. Jack A. Harry. Here we go.
It's a new request coming in. Let's get some Jack A
Yeah.
movies.
So yeah, 227 was the big show
Okay.
that she was in. She was also in Ladybugs. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
She was in a bunch of those, like Sister, Tia and Tamara.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck else was she in though?
You guys watch a lot of Sister?
Yeah, I love that show. The show's amazing.
It's the best.
Can't get enough.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
I didn't watch much of it.
I'm not saying it. I'm just kidding.
Nothing wrong with people who like it. I just haven't seen much of it.
This is really pissing me off at this point. Hold on. I don't know why I'm like going down a rabbit hole of Jack A shit, but
it works tonight.
That's true. It's kind of on par with the rest of the night. Was she in? Hold on, no. I was going to say Amen. Do you remember the Sherman Hemsley show Amen?
That I don't remember.
He was like the priest or preacher. I guess he's a preacher.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. We're going to have to go back quite a bit here, it looks like.
Did you
God
see Jay
bless
Jonah?
her. How much shit has she been in?
I guess a lot.
She's been in a lot of stuff.
Did you see Jay Jonah assassinated the UHC CEO?
Yeah. Yeah. I swear to God, that dude.
Jackson Jack, that's not her. Just if you're thinking that's who it is.
That's what it was, man. Okay, so right before she got 227, she was like a bit character in that Amen show. She was on it for like three or four episodes. And it was that same character that she played and she just transitioned that over into that show. I don't know why the fuck that I needed to find that out, but I feel better now that I know.
Okay.
And then she was just in a ton of Nickelodeon shit after that. So, yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh. Oh, fucking shit. We've come full circle tonight. Yeah. We really have. We've touched all the bases.
The chat is great tonight. It's just, I mean, you got WCW comments and Jack.
WCW all in one.
Oh,
all right,
man.
here we go. Here's a question for both of y'all, because I'm pretty sure, Rambo, you know this too. Who is your favorite kind of like either jobber or unknown or little known wrestler from that era of WCW, like 95 through 98? That kind of classic WCW era.
You were saying like who was the
guy that like was not like one of the bigger guys like Hall Nash, Hogan, you know, or those kind of guys, but like you liked in terms of a wrestler around that time period?
Oh man, I mean,
Hornswoggle.
I mean, the easy answer would be Brett. I mean, because he sort of came in around that time. That was a little later, though. I think that was like 99, maybe.
Yeah, we were 98, I think.
I mean, they had a lot of great guys. I mean, Jericho around that time.
This is killer. El Dandy. LaParca.
Johnny B. Bad.
I love Johnny B. Bad, man. That gimmick was so hilarious. Fucking Little Richard. That's the only time period you get away with that gimmick.
Yeah.
Lodi, yeah. Sick Boy. Y'all remember Sick Boy?
Oh, yeah.
Block.
I do. What was it? Scotty Riggs or?
Yeah, Scotty Riggs was in there.
Yeah. Oh, Ralphus.
Horace Hogan. Ain't no fucking way man like that guy. Sergeant Craig Pitbull Pittman. Remember him as like the drill instructor? That might have been a little bit before 96 era kind of shit.
That's tough to say favorite. Brian Pillman was good.
Galathia. Brian Pillman was great. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought the gimmick was cool, but he was not good in the ring.
Who?
Oh, he put Glacier, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, as a kid, I thought, like, you know, like, oh, man, that's no
Yeah, Mortal Kombat.
Mm-hmm.
Vampiro. I forgot about that.
Canyon. Like Canyon.
Buff Bagwell.
Who better than Canyon?
Buff the stuff, Bagwell.
Scotty Flamingo. I forgot about that guy.
Hey, Buff saved his mom from a forklift.
Oh my god!
Gotta give him that.
That was the best Dark Side of the Ring. Like, did you guys see that episode?
Yeah, the Buff episode. I will never forget that part in there either. You know the part I'm talking about.
That's what I was gonna bring up. Like his mom. He said his mother was holding like his foreskin and his testicles. She was like helping shave his balls.
Like, what the fuck? Why would you tell that to anybody? Like,
and then the best part was he said like one of his buddies like walked in. It was just no big deal. It's fucking.
He played it off completely too, like it wasn't.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh my god.
Now, is this heavy metal Van Hammer or just Van Hammer Justin Smith? Because that's a big difference there.
Blue Dust.
Blue Dust.
Top 5 wrestlers.
Well,
we did this one last night.
It's from Jackson Jack, yeah.
Yeah, do it. Y'all do it because I did mine last night.
Oh, okay. He says me and Mark.
Yeah.
Do I have Mark? I gotta think.
Stone Cold, Shawn Michaels, RVD. That's 3. Bret Hart.
It's a boot respect.
It is. We respect Canada. Like his promos.
Yeah.
Shit, who'd be number 5? That's so tough. I can only put one more in there. It probably would have been Jericho if he had retired like 10 years ago, maybe.
Yeah, he definitely should have.
Shit, I don't know. And no, it's not going to be fucking Hulk Hogan for anybody who's going to put that in there. Fucking hate Hulk Hogan. It's the worst. His in-ring fucking sucks. I don't care what anybody says. Well, you don't go back to watch Hulk Hogan matches. You don't go back to watch his matches because he's good in the ring or any of that. You go back for nostalgia. I don't need to see him cup his ear or point at somebody
Jesus.
or put his fucking thumb in the waistband of his fucking tights and roll in and out of the ring. Fuck all that shit. No, he sucks.
Mark is the tugboat. Mark.
Yeah, that's number 5. It's Tugboat.
Tugboat. The booty man. What about the man with no name? Zodiac.
Oh God.
Oh,
Shit. Maybe I put Macho Man in there. Joe Stradamus. I forgot about Macho Man.
yeah. All right, Rambo. Top 5.
Steve Austin, Bret Hart, Ricky Steamboat.
Yep.
Mhm.
Roddy Piper, Macho Man Randy Savage.
That's I can't argue with any of those.
Mhm.
Ricky Steamboat seems to be a bit underrated. Like no one really talks about him.
Dude,
I love Steamboat.
do you remember the match he had? I don't remember what year it was. It was in the 2000s in WWE where he came back. There was that brief period of time he came back.
Mhm.
Against Jericho.
remember.
Jericho, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And like he was fucking like killer. Like he
Yeah.
was keeping up with Jericho and everything.
Yeah.
And like people dug it so much that he came back and did one more match, I think, with him or something, and then just left again. But like it was crazy, man. He was probably almost 60 when he did that match, and like it was in his 50s or like had to be in his late 50s. It was insane. He put on a clinic.
Oh yeah.
Point.
Yeah. Yeah, Steamboat's great. I mean, hell, if we did a top 10, he'd probably be in my top 10.
Yeah.
Same with Piper. Man, Piper was fucking great. Love Piper.
Piper's promos to me and like his in-ring kind of stuff that he did to fuck with people was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I did see this Justin Smith because I think Big Stevie Richards was on his show was putting it over that there's a new Raven documentary coming out.
That should be interesting. I love hearing him talk. He's got a lot of really cool and very interesting and different perspective of wrestling and just ideas for the business itself. But go ahead.
I said, wasn't Raven going through health issues?
Yeah, he is right now. I don't know what it is either, but like I know that Steve Richards did bring that up too.
Mm-hmm. I like Steve Richards' show. That's been a fun bit.
There's 2 that I watch all the time now for some reason. It's Dutch Mantel's show, and it's the same guy does them, the same host. Yeah,
James.
And I watch both of those shows for some reason now.
Then I like Maven stuff.
Maven's Steve Richards just did a show with him too. Like it was like the worst wrestling injuries or something like that.
I saw that. It was Jesus. The one guy is like an independent show. There's like 5 people. He's like way up here.
He misses that one.
Let's run on the damn floor. I like the girl, like she did a thing and got knocked out, so the other girl pulls her hair across the. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, she screwed up. You pull her hair all the way across. I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, for anybody that hasn't watched that, you probably should because it's actually pretty good. Like, it's just a series of botches, like really bad botches, with Stevie Richards and Maven doing like the commentary after him, just talking about what happened and what went wrong.
I'm surprised they didn't do the Sid, the breaking of the leg.
I was too, but I think they'll probably do another one if I'm guessing, and that'll probably be in there.
That's one of the worst.
What was
that was the worst for me in terms of like watching that, like because I was watching that when it happened, and then like Jesus Christ, man, like that's just hard to sit through.
I was just about to ask what was the worst one you saw.
That has to be it for me.
Yeah. Anything in like the 2000s, like later on for you guys that was as bad or even close?
The 2000s.
Well, that fucking spot, the ladder spot was pretty damn bad with
when he
Mercury. Yeah,
Mercury. That comes to mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
that was horrible.
Well,
Or the New Jack fall with Vic Grimes where he fell on top of him.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
then New Jack got like blinded in one eye or whatever the hell.
I would say the
Pretty
one,
much New Jack's whole career could be put in that list. That shit he
That's
did.
kind of true, yeah.
Yeah.
probably the one with draws. That happened to
Oh
him.
yeah, I didn't think about that because you know what the aftermath of that shit is too.
Yeah.
He's gonna puke. He's gonna puke.
Vince, I was telling the other night, like he's had so many horrible ideas, like for wrestlers. When you look back on it, like all those gimmicks that were just fucking awful, man.
So I was gonna ask. So, what do you? I heard he's doing something else. What do you think that would be? Because it's probably not wrestling. But what would that be?
I heard about that too.
I don't know.
I don't think he can. I don't think it matters what he does. Like I don't think he can get over. I mean, at this point, the only thing he could do to me is wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Bring the WBF back.
oh
Bodybuilding.
God, please don't. Ico Pro it up again. Oh, yeah. Okay. Who is the most overrated wrestler? And you can't say Hogan.
Well, you take my pick away. I mean, I was going to say Hulk Hogan until I saw that part.
Let's see. I mean, okay, I know one off the top of my. I mean, some of these are easy because everybody kind of references them when you talk about overrated wrestlers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Goldberg comes to mind. Like he
Yeah.
fucking. I mean, he just never did anything. It was just like everybody loved him, but for no reason really. For that brief period of time.
I mean,
I don't like Lesnar. I fucking don't like.
Really?
I don't like Lesnar.
Are we talking about like 2015 on Lesnar or 2012 on Lesnar? Or are we talking about like early Ruthless Aggression era? Because
that's
it's
a
two
good
different styles.
distinction. Yeah. I'm talking about when he came back.
Okay,
and he was
2012
like
on.
jacked up. Yeah, fucking that suplex Lesnar. Like I don't like that character at all.
Yeah. Yeah, Suplex City is pretty bad.
Triple H, that's a good. I never liked Triple H either. Like it's in terms of a wrestler, I like his entrance and shit, but like,
wow, that's a hot take. Okay,
That was going to be my pit, Nipple H. I never liked him.
like,
I thought I read Bret Hart like 4 out of 10. And I thought it was very boring. I agree with Jim Cornette. He's the guy that works with the guy to get the money and make the money.
yeah, that was the one other one I thought of too was Nash. But I actually kind of liked Nash's character and everything back in the day, especially in like WCW. But hey, you're right. Like I mean, he didn't do anything, but you really shouldn't if you're that big, right? Unless you want to just get fucking hurt a lot, like he did. Yeah, like Sid.
Yeah.
Big lazy Kevin Nash. He was all about the money, that's for sure.
Did you feel Ultimate Warrior was overrated?
No.
Okay.
I mean, not for me because like I grew up on that. Probably for people that look back on it. But it's hard to imagine that at one point in time or another, I mean, Hogan was like the biggest wrestler by a mile. And then here comes this guy that I think at one time was as popular as Hogan in that era at the same time. It's just they fucked up everything about that. And I mean, Warrior fucked some of it up, but also Vince did too. Like by the way that he booked a lot of that stuff. But I mean,
sorry, I just thought of this and I don't want to forget, but John Cena, easily the most overrated of all time. I mean,
no, yeah.
I thought, are you saying Triple H is boring? I'd watch a million Triple H matches before I ever watched John Cena. I mean,
But yeah, the thing about Cena though was you kind of knew what you were going to get. He was for the kids, right? I mean, like nobody really took him seriously as a fucking
But that was
wrestler.
like a bit later. Like in the beginning, Vince positioned him as the guy. I mean, here's the problem I got with him. Like they started putting him over guys that you knew were better than him. Like, is he better? Come on, Shawn. He's not. Give me a break. He's beaten Shawn Michaels and all
Yeah, I mean,
these
he's
other guys in
clearly
main
better
events.
than Shawn
yeah.
Michaels.
Like that's what started to piss people off, though.
So
Oh man, fucking hated Cena for the longest time, and that was before like everybody else started to catch on and started to hate him the same way. Because like I always thought he was mid card.
I changed my pick. I picked Cena.
yeah, Cena was pretty fucking bad. I think I almost hate Triple H more though because of this right here. Like he did bury everybody. There was that period of time, man.
Yeah.
There's a couple of years there where he buried everybody. It's when Daniel Bryan got hot and all that stuff, and they wouldn't let like him do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And he also didn't he bury Booker T around that time too during that WrestleMania match and all that shit.
That was a little earlier, yeah. I think you're thinking about the era of like more of like the Evolution and Raw era where he was like the guy on Raw and he was the champion for like what seemed like
Yeah, it was like years, wasn't it, where he actually held the belt.
Mm-hmm.
I hate
I mean, he
that.
was the biggest heel, so I'm never going to agree with Vince's booking 100%, but like I kind of see why he did it in a way, but you know.
You guys get in that hawk to a coin.
No.
Out of nowhere.
I fucking skipped that.
Dude, somebody's gonna have to tell me this story about this because I heard just this in passing and then heard that she conned a bunch of people. But what is the story here? Like, what did she do?
From what I've seen, like she started or maybe she helped start a coin, like using her 15 or 2 minutes of fame, and it just, I guess she backed out of it or something, or she took it down. Again, I've only seen like headlines of it. I've never actually like looked at any articles about what all she did, but
Somebody was saying that they were going to arrest her, or that she
people invested and she backed out of it or something like that. So everybody's wondering where all the money went.
I don't fucking know.
I just think that's hilarious if it happens. That would be such a fitting end to all this. She gets like hugely popular, gets rich, fucks a bunch of people over, and then gets arrested.
So, Mark, I wanted to ask you, which do you like more, Hogan or Warrior?
I'm not a fan of either one, so like that's
damn. Mark hated everybody. I like Warrior.
I mean, if I have to pick,
yes,
I'll say NWO Hogan only because of what he did contribute. I mean, here's the thing. I'm not going to sit here and act like he didn't contribute a lot to the business because he did. I know what him and McMahon did with the company. He did carry the company on his back. He was the big baby face, and the heel turn was a big deal, and I get it. But, like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Z Gangsta.
Hogan.
That was the best. No, yeah, I guess I'd have to say NWO Hogan if I got to pick.
Okay.
John Gonzalez. Oh. Well, I guess we're almost 3 hours in. Let's take like 5 minutes and then we'll get the fuck out of here if anybody wants to throw anything out. Somebody asked about the Silent Night Daily Night 4K. That's one I'm not going to upgrade for. There's like Screen Factory's big thing now is just take all their Blu-rays, release them in 4K. I'm not upgrading pretty much any of that stuff. Like
Mm-hmm.
it has to be a movie that I just absolutely love for me to do that.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably wait on a couple of those. There's a few that I'd like to get, but I don't have to have them. Like I know they're releasing Sick in 4K. That's one I was noticing. Like if they got some features on there or commentary, I'd like to see some of that stuff, but I could wait.
The only one that I might get of the like semi-recent ones they put out is Stepfather. Like
Mm-hmm.
in
Yeah.
the 4K of that. I don't know. I can't see myself buying anything else.
Yeah, I mean, I got that one. It was a solid transfer. I'd always heard the Blu-ray was shit, so I never bought it. But yeah, it's worth picking up, I'll say.
Bill Goldberg. Did Bill Goldberg ever have a decent fucking match, by the way?
I mean, not because of him.
That's the best answer to that.
But I can say that for a lot of guys. Like, there's a lot of guys that, might be put over as the biggest thing in the business or getting like a huge push, but it's not because they're really great. So, yeah, I don't.
Oh,
Oh,
God. This shit's getting deep in here tonight.
I see it. Yeah. I mean, I won't disagree. I mean, Goldberg did end his career. Can't argue with that. One of the greatest wrestlers ever.
I don't remember this match. I haven't watched a lot of recent stuff, though.
I do. I mean, it's the best that it could have been given the way those guys work. It was basically finishers. It looked like a video game match in a way. It's finishers right out the gate, and it was over pretty quick. It didn't go long enough for anybody to botch anything, really.
What about Gilbert? He was Gilbert. That was the baddest shit ever. When like he'd come down to the ring and there'd be people like hold up those little sparklers. He'd get between them. Oh.
Do you remember?
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, do you remember when they had Gilbert come out? Like this was like within the last few years. They had Gilbert come out like and interrupt Goldberg.
Yes. Yeah.
And then Goldberg just killed him. Oh, that was great.
All right. Here's an interesting question, real quick. Who had the best punches? Because he's talking about Bret Hart punches or Flair chops. Who do you think wrestling wise had the best like working punches?
Scott Hall.
Yeah.
Well, out of the question, I'd probably go Bret Hart punches. It's funny. Like I remember the end of like Flair's run, at least in WWE. I remember like it's like 90% of the match, all his moves were chops. That's all he fucking did.
That's true, yeah. Bobby Eaton is a good answer. Stan Hansen had some good punches because they were fucking real. He couldn't see where you were at, so you just got punched for real.
Like Shane McMahon, just punching people
Oh
for
yeah,
real.
yeah.
Throwing those potatoes.
His little dance.
Yeah.
All right. So I appreciate everybody being in here. I'm trying to think of what the hell we got coming up. I don't know. I never know. Like, I'm sure there's something. Like, we'll probably have a Dead Pit is Watching thing dropping pretty soon. Right now, we got that Imprint Suspiria box set up, a review of that, which is the 2018 one.
Mm-hmm.
That's a crazy fucking movie, man. Like, that movie's out there.
Yeah, very. It's so long.
It is like 2 hours, 45 minutes, something like that. 2
I
hours
don't know
30.
why.
But that's up if you want to watch that.
Mm.
Dead Pit is Watching shit. J Real was on the last NWO. If you want to watch that, that's all I can think of right now. I'm sure there'll be more stuff. Well, Friday the 13th next Friday, so we'll be definitely doing something for that. I think we talked about like you all doing like that, like in terms of your picks.
Yeah,
Friday the 13th
favorites.
Yep.
Yeah, or just ranking, I guess, all of them. Is that what it was, Rambo? Ranking all the movies, or?
Yeah, I just it could be anything, but I just thought, well, I know they've ranked theirs, so I thought maybe we could rank ours or something. I didn't know. There's always so much to do with Friday 13th, so I wasn't sure.
That's true. I mean, I've already done mine. We've all done ours, so like, yeah, that would be a cool thing to do.
Okay.
Exploit Nation comes back. What did
Next
I say?
weekend.
Next Sunday, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to get like a co-host for that show or several co-hosts for that show because I don't do it by myself, of course. Like it's body horror, body melt kind of stuff. So we're talking about like Cronenberg, Street Trash, body melt, The Substance, any of that stuff that you want to talk about. Like that's what the show is going to be about.
Cool.
I can't post that either, Dirk, but yeah, I am right there with you. Salo commentary this month. Yeah, we do need to do that, Carter. I gotta start watching that shit. I just want to watch those 3 movies that I mentioned to do the end of the year show, and then probably after the end of the year we'll do the Bruno show. But Matt, what you got going on?
I just continue on with my channel. Have a lot of requests to get to, thanks to the people that are on my channel. So a whole series of videos will be coming up. Today, I mean, even today, I watched some. One was a documentary called Tickled, which was interesting.
What would that be about? So many things go through my mind.
I thought so at first, but it's a lot more interesting than that. So this New Zealand reporter, this is around 2016. In New Zealand, he looks like for weird stuff. Like if it's, hey, this woman's a donkey lady, or like all this weird stuff.
Yeah.
So he was going to do this like quirky story where there's this competitive endurance tickling.
What?
But when he looks into it, he finds out there's a other story where these kids who were a bit younger, if like someone they knew had cancer, or if they just needed money, or they're giving gifts, this guy who posed as a woman would send them money and gifts until they did these just tickling, nothing sexual videos. And then whenever they say no, this guy was a complete bully that would blackmail them and say, we'll send them to your wherever, mess with your job, mess with your family. And you come to find out throughout this started in the mid-90s, and you find out this person was an assistant principal at a school.
That sounds right. That tracks to me.
And at one point, they shut down a whole university computer system and tried to blame it on this kid, to the point that even Secret Service was involved and stuff. And then that person got found out, but because his dad owned a big law firm in Wall Street, he got like nothing. And even in jail, he still continued with letters, pretending to be someone. So when he got out, he even got a law degree, even while he's in jail.
Of course he did.
And then he continued as this other fake group called Jane something. I have it written down somewhere, but And premises, these investors constantly being talked to about legal, wouldn't want to sue you. Kind of find out a lot of this empty threats because a lot of that was fake. A guy who talks a lot. He was a bit bully. And he has like $6 million in family money. So that's how he was able to afford like bringing people in. And pretty much everything's fine until you say no, and then he'll make it so that these younger people are so used to that that's the only way they get money, and then control them. Is all about control and power. So it's very interesting. And then come to find out, like, it doesn't really have a satisfying ending. But then I read up, apparently that guy died like a year after this in 2017. The guy that was behind it all. So it was it's very silly at first, but it's pretty interesting investigative reporting. And I thought that was pretty interesting. And it's all real. It's all up there for information for people to say. But I mean, it starts off as one thing, but then it's like much more fascinating than I thought it would be. So it's a real crime story, however you want to put it, that kind of got under the radar. So yeah, Tickled was the name from 2016.
That's not what I thought that was going to be about at all.
Yeah.
I thought people were going to have you watch some real freaky shit. But
well, I'm sure that's to come. But other than that, a lot of series of videos. How about you, Mark?
Well, I was thinking about it based off what you just said, and then based off of what CK and UB were talking about last night. Would you guys be interested in a true crime show at some point?
yes, I would.
I think that'd be really interesting. I'm a big mark for all that kind of stuff. So, and people in the chat chime in. Yes, no. Would you guys like that? I think it would be a cool show.
There's a lot of people that do that shit and do it really, really well, but it is fascinating to me.
Maybe
Yeah,
just like one show.
Not like a series. No.
Right.
We don't need to do it like the top 5 lists or anything.
Right.
But yeah, one show would be really cool.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
No, Davey, just like true crime, like stories, not like movies or anything. Like BTK or Zodiac or whatever. Shit like that. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say, like, you guys talked about this the other night, I think, on your stream. So you guys think the West Memphis 3 did it? Or you're close?
I didn't say that necessarily. I just said that if somebody were to come out and be like, hey, we found out that Damien really fucking did it, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, I don't know. I don't know for certain, but it's like, he's just a very odd dude, and it's just a very odd situation. And just, like I said, yes, they've never had any alternative theory as to what really happened, except to say that the buyer's guy who died fucking did it. I don't think that guy did. I just think he was crazy. Like, he's just a hillbilly. Like, so I don't know.
Yeah. Was there something like in the news about him recently? Like, how'd that question come about?
I'm not sure how it came up, but it just, yeah.
I know the JonBenet Ramsey thing just came back up recently.
Right.
I don't know if you guys have seen that, but
no.
Yeah, so I guess the father is still alive. I think the mother's passed away now, but he's reopening or getting more interest in the case again. It's crazy how they still have not figured that out. I did watch an interesting documentary on it. And then you guys remember years ago, there was that guy that confessed to doing it, but then he recanted it. Yeah. So
the creepy little dude that
he looks so fucking weird.
Yeah, he was very, very odd, man.
Looks like a cosplay David Bowie fan or some shit.
Yep.
It's weird.
He did.
But anyway, for my channel, I'm not sure what the hell I'm doing next. I have no set plan, just whatever I see on the shelf and I want to do a video on, that's what it'll be. So, yeah.
There you go. He's going to do Day of the Dead, a complete breakdown. Fucking analysis.
I should.
Prove all the haters wrong.
Why it's the best.
Yeah. So, I hope that everybody enjoyed the show. It's been an interesting fucking show. We've been it's been a roller coaster ride of emotions and a fun time. And people wanting to fight. But as always, everybody dies.
Mhm.
But in the end, Friday night lives. See you guys.
I want all these people to click everything they're supposed to click.
You haven't been liking them, you haven't been subscribing to them, you haven't clicked the bell or notification or anything like that.
Folks, why don't you click the like button?
Do you hate us? Do you not want to see us succeed?
Why don't you click the heart button?
Is this something that you have against our particular show?
Why don't you subscribe?
You should click on one of them buttons right now if you want us to continue to bring greatness into your life.
There's all kinds of wonderful shirts over at shop.deadpit.com. Simply the best horror shirts. On TeePublic, there are others, but they all suck. You can get some Dead Pit radio shirts. You can get Last South on the Left. The Hills Have Eyes. Texas Chainsaw. Oh, wait, you can't say Texas Chainsaw. All kinds of shirts, folks. You're gonna love them. Shop.deadpit.com.
Special thanks goes out to our supporters on Patreon. You know what kind of stuff you can get on Patreon, Uncle Bill, starting at only $1 a month?
What's that?
Access to every Dead Pit show since 2005. We got almost 200 fan commentaries that we've done over the decade.
Here's what other fucking Patreons do. They're like, hey, give us money and then we'll let you see a video early that we're going to release like a fucking week from now, and then that's all we're going to give you. Meanwhile, we have a literal jukebox full of songs, thousands of reviews. I don't even know how many shows are up on there now that we've done over the years.
Hundreds of thousands.
You need to figure this out now and subscribe to us on Patreon and YouTube and Instagram. And help us to 1 million. The road to 1 million subscribers starts today.
So deadpitonpatreon.com. Join today. Tiers started on